Swain Event, SwainEvent.com, fueled by Dead End Barbecue, top 100 barbecue restaurant in America, live from the Low T Center studio. It is Thursday, the 27th of May. Jason Swain, Brad Matthews, and joining us from the SEC baseball tournament down in Hoover, Alabama, Ben McKee. Guys, good morning, gentlemen. Ben, Brad, what's up, mans? Mans?
Good to be
Guys?
back, boys.
Folks? Brothers? Homies? What's up, guys?
Good morning. How are you all?
Ben, I'm feeling a little rough following that performance yesterday. That ending yesterday, you were there to see it in person. Oh,
Yes, I am. I'm feeling rough as well. I want to get some feedback on my audio. Make sure
You good?
I am good to go.
You sound
Make
great.
sure that you all can hear me clearly. Make sure the listeners do not have an echo, because I have some thoughts on the call that was made by the second base umpire, whose name is Bummy McBumface. Because that's what he is. He is a bum. Bummy McBumface.
it's hard to make that call in that point of the game, bottom of the ninth, potential walk-off, and you're going to decide that the game goes into extras by this call. It wasn't egregious. It was your decision. It was your opinion. And SEC had to uphold it because that was called on the field.
But,
The
I mean,
letter
they
of the
didn't.
law, Ben. Hit me with the letter of the law.
What about the letter of the law?
You were breaking down the rule last night on Twitter. I thought you did a great job of the exact rule that was in question yesterday.
Thank you, sir. And that's kind of my thought when you say the letter of the law and the SEC can't overturn it. Well, yes, I think they they can overturn it. Max Ferguson slid directly into second base. He did not go into second base too hard. He did not go out of his way to take out the Alabama infielder. And by rule, literally in the rule book, word for word, it says contact with a fielder is legal and interference shall not be called if the runner makes a legal slide directly to the base and in the baseline extended.
Boom.
It literally says that the contact is legal as long as the slide is legal. And the slide that Max Ferguson did, whatever you want to say, it's what baseball players are taught. That's how you slide into second base, directly at the bag, hard, and you make life tough on the infielder trying to turn the double play so that you do break up the double play. And Max Ferguson did that. And if I'm interpreting the rules correctly, which I think that I am, again, it says contact with a fielder is legal and interference shall not be called if the runner makes a legal slide directly to the base. That's what Max Ferguson did. Runner's interference should not have been called. It's as simple as that.
Ton of emotions, man, today because, like, I found myself not really understanding who to be mad at and where to channel my anger because, like, as a football fan, it's easy to get mad at the team. Oh, they're playing well. Man, they got to make that play. They look like they were, not giving their all. What a dumb coaching move. What a dumb play call. It's not like that in baseball. And so, like, I needed someone to be mad at because we lost to Alabama.
Bummy McBumface.
Yeah, but even though I love the name, Ben. It's great. Close to meat stick, but it's good.
Meaty meat stick face.
Yeah, that works too.
Stupid big fat meat stick.
But y'all know, if you played any sports, the coach always tells you, don't leave the game in the officials' hands. But sometimes it's hard to do that, Ben. Sometimes it comes down to that one play. And that's why officials, umpires, and referees, that's why they're paid the money, is to uphold the rule for even playing field and to promote and maintain safety with all the athletes. And I'm watching the game. I see the slide. I'm like, oh, we won. Nothing's wrong at all. Imagine storming the field in excitement because you just won a walk-off run, and you've been told no. I mean, the emotional high having to be dialed back and basically turned off, and then now you have to go and try to play again, get yourself ready to go play again. Just that emotional roller coaster, man. I couldn't imagine going through that. But I don't know who to be mad at, man. I'm just, I want to be mad at the umpire, and I am mad at the umpire. But man, it just stinks losing to Bama, and really anything in Tennessee, man. Obviously is a better team this season, but they were not the better team yesterday, and Bama just made one more play to win the game, man. It stinks.
And I thought yesterday was a perfect example of how frustrating baseball can be. Aside from the umpire, Tennessee played good baseball. I know some of the statistics don't necessarily say that they played good baseball, but they had 10 hits, and although they left 11 runners on base throughout the game, they were 2 for 12 with runners in scoring position. Tennessee hit a ton of balls really hard, just right at people, and that's just kind of how baseball goes sometime. Liam Spence, Tennessee's leadoff hitter and shortstop, was 1 for 6, and 4 of his 5 outs he hit right on the screws, just right at somebody, unfortunately. And those outs that are technically outs because obviously the fielder caught it, I mean, he hit it extremely well, just right at somebody, and that's just kind of how baseball goes. So I do think that the stats are a little bit deceiving. You see 2 runs in 11 innings, and you think that the bats just didn't show up. I mean, yes, there were situations in which Tennessee did not take advantage of its opportunities, but I thought bad luck played quite a role yesterday. I mean, even in that bottom of the 9th inning, before the craziness of the slide at second, Liam Spence steps to the plate and just absolutely ropes one right at the first baseman. And because there's a runner on third with less than 2 outs, the infield is playing in to try and cut any ball off so that they can hurry up and get it and throw it home and try to throw out Christian Scott, who is standing on third, and prevent him from scoring the winning run. Liam Spence ropes a ball to the right side, and again, because the infield is in, the Alabama first baseman is able to make a play on the ball and get Liam Spence out. But in any other situation, and the defense being in its typical alignment, the defense playing back, that's a ball that goes through the right side of the infield and wins Tennessee the baseball game. Liam Spence couldn't hit it any better. He just hit it right at somebody, and it was with the infield in. I mean, there's nothing you – that's just bad luck
I thought
right
the
there.
second baseman was trying to make a little not-so-sly double play. We had Pete Durkay on first, Scott,
Yes.
as you mentioned, on third. I thought he's like, oh, I'm going to drop this liner and try to roll it.
Yep.
But the umpire was all over.
Yeah, and that was before the craziness with Bummy McBumface. And even on Bummy McBumface's play, Max Ferguson – well, I guess not Max Ferguson, but Jake Rucker on the double play that prevented the walk-off, I guess. I mean, he hit the ball hard right back up the middle, but just right at the shortstop, who was in double play depth. And then you do win the game, but Bummy McBumface makes a Bummy McBumface type of call and bails Alabama out, and Tennessee can't win the game. So, and there were several instances throughout the game. So, Swain, to your point about Tennessee having chances, they did have chances. Not trying to say that they didn't, and they played poorly in some of those instances. But I thought there were a lot of situations like that in which they had bad luck. Jordan Beck had a runner on second at one point, I think in the 7th or 8th inning, and he ropes one to that center or right field. I can't remember which one. I mean, he just hit it right at the guy, and you saw that all day long. Connor Pavoloni hits a ball down the right field line that is 2 feet to the right of the foul pole. If it's 3 feet the other direction, it's a home run. That's a 2-run homer right there.
He smacked it too.
Exactly, and the game goes a different direction. You also had Liam Spence again in one of his at bats with, I believe, runners on third and first. He hit one down the foul line that was like 2 inches foul that the first baseman had to dive for, and it just barely was foul. I mean, the breaks just didn't go Tennessee's way, and then you had the atrocious call at second that it gets thrown around too much in sports that the umpire cost or an official or a referee cost a team a game. It gets thrown around too much in sports, but assuming that we are interpreting the rule that I posted on Twitter that we talked about to begin the show, assuming that we are interpreting them correctly, I mean, the officials in the SEC truly got the call wrong, and because that was on a walk-off, I mean, it cost Tennessee the game.
I'll tell you right now, if it's not called that way on the field, I don't think you get an argument from the Alabama
Nope.
dugout.
Because
I don't think you get any argument.
That's what is so frustrating,
we
Brad.
buddy.
That is what is so frustrating is that you see that all the time in baseball, and it is never ever called. The
That's
only
how you're
time
coached to
runners
slide.
exactly. Max Ferguson, I mean he should be on an instructional video of how to slide into second to break up a double play. He did exactly what he was taught. He did it to perfection, and you know, when you see runners interference called, it's when the base runner just wipes out the infielder. It's when the base runner goes out of his way to find the fielder. And Max Ferguson did neither of those things, slid into second the way he's taught, and you never see that runner's interference called in that particular situation. But, of course, somehow, some way, Tennessee finds a way to have it called on them.
We just want consistency, man. That's it. You know, just give us consistency, and that's why sports fans, that's why we right now as Tennessee fans are upset and outraged, because you go look at the Ole Miss and Vanderbilt game, they had a similar play where the infielder had to basically jump over the player sliding from Vanderbilt, but that wasn't called. That wasn't called at all. How is that play different? I don't know, but. Here it is. You have Alabama being on the receiving end of a call going their way. Tony Vitello had some comments yesterday, and at first, it didn't really hit me. It didn't really hit me, man. It's kind of like some of that exotic hot sauce. You know, it don't hit you at first.
Delayed reaction.
Yeah, you get that delayed reaction. I was like, oh, okay, Tony. Okay, well, Tony means that, you know, wearing the Tennessee uniform is a privilege. Oh, man, that's awesome. I was like, whoa. Wait a minute. No, that's something. He's saying something else. So when we come back from break, our first break of the day, I want to play some audio from Tony's comments yesterday, and that is a whole nother conversation, my friends. A whole nother conversation. Losing yesterday to Alabama puts Tennessee playing at Jefferson Pilot time at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time.
No, this is worse than Jefferson City Pilot time.
Jefferson City Pilot.
Got to play a very difficult team, too.
Yeah,
Got romped yesterday, but they're a tough squad.
Yeah, Jefferson Pilot was like 12 o'clock, noon on Saturday. Those Jefferson Pilot days. This is 10:30 Eastern. 9:30 a.m. This is like a little league baseball tournament.
The boys are eating French toast before the game.
And Frosted Flakes. My goodness, man. Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Be right back.
If you want to get in on the conversation, call the Iris Networks hotline at 865-200-5503. Grow your business with Iris Networks high-speed fiber internet. IrisNetworksUSA.com.
If you're coming to Knoxville and need a place to stay, do yourself a favor and book a room at Hampton Inn Paper Mill, also known as the Hampton on the Hill. This award-winning property is literally in the top 5% of all Hampton Inn properties. The GM, Stephen Lawrence, is a good old local boy who grew up in the business around Knoxville. He and his staff are always available, always willing to help, and will go above and beyond for their guests. The newest Hampton Inn in Knoxville has clean, affordable rooms, flat screens, fridges, and microwaves in every room. Plus, breakfast is included in every rate. Not to mention, there's also a pool and fitness center on site. If it wasn't so close to amazing restaurants, bars, and shopping, you would never want to leave. At only 6 miles from campus, you're still right in where the big orange action is. Go to HamptonInn.com, search Knoxville, and book your room at the Hampton Inn Paper Mill or call 865-693-5400.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup. Or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. Cheer on your favorite team with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
When I made the move to my own studio, I was worried about this. I was worried about that. I was worried about, hey, did I get this piece of equipment? Did I get that piece of equipment? Does that sound good? Does that not sound good? One thing I didn't have to worry about, that was office furniture, because Office Furniture Outfitters met my furniture needs. With a 50,000 square foot facility, they have East Tennessee's largest selection and are the best value for new and used office furniture. Located in Knoxville, it's easy to find everything you need for your new space, including desks, file cabinets, chairs, conference tables, and more. Office Furniture Outfitters is turnkey. They came to my place, we mapped everything out that was needed, they delivered, and get this, set everything up. To learn more about what Office Furniture Outfitters can do for you, log on to ofonox.com. That's ofonox.com. JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
For a replay of each day's Swain Event TV, like us on Facebook. Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Hour 1 is brought to you by Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. And we got Ben McKee on with us this morning from the tournament, SEC tournament down there in Hoover, Alabama. He is right down in his hotel room, and I hope that any Bama fan that went down to support Bama and are next door to Ben, I hope you wake him up, Ben.
I hope that they start driving around Birmingham and hit every single pothole possible.
Oh, there's plenty of them.
And I hope Bummy McBumface pops off 4 tires on 4 different potholes.
Do you know his real name?
I do.
See, this is where we don't stoop to the level of Kentucky fans.
It's already been put out.
Oh,
Scott Klein.
But we haven't stooped to that level though.
Scott Klein.
Because remember
Scott Klein.
Huh?
Scott Klein.
Yes, man.
Where's he from?
I don't know.
Do we need to pull up? Do we need to pull up, Ben? Huh? Do we need to pull up on him? Listen, I'm trying to say that we're not going to stoop to the level of Kentucky fans that basically tried to ruin the man's livelihood because the referee that made the call against Kentucky basketball had a roofing company, and Kentucky fans started flooding all the websites, Google and Better Business Bureau, and was trashing the company when they didn't even use the man's service, and they was trying to ruin the man's livelihood. So we're not gonna do that. But
he's from Portland.
He's from Portland.
Mm-hmm.
That's a long way to pull up on somebody.
Big Dame fan,
least,
though.
He is.
At least that's where he grew up. Is Nolensville in Oregon?
Nolensville? That sounds like somewhere in the South.
I know. It says He was a 3-sport star and a Hall of Famer at Portland High School. And then it says a Nolensville resident. Where's Nolensville?
It's one in Tennessee.
There is a Nolensville, Tennessee.
He's gone from
In
bummy
Nashville.
McBumface to now we're talking about his accolades. He's a two-sporter. Two-sporter.
He's from outside of Nashville. You know what college baseball team resides in Nashville, don't you?
Okay. Yeah. Anyways, Ben, Brad, we have Hillbilly Bopper on the line, and then I want to get to Tony Vitello's comments because they are epic comments, and I think they should create shock waves through the conference. But first, let's get to Hillbilly Bopper. Good morning, Hillbilly Bopper.
Good morning, fellas. It's been a while. How are things in Knoxville this morning, Swain?
That's good, man. Woke up this morning, feet hit the ground. The sun is already out. It's a beautiful day already, man. We blessed. How about you, my friend? Where you calling from?
I'm doing good. I'm blessed. I'm in Noonan, Georgia.
Ah, okay,
Noonan.
okay. Noonan, Georgia.
Yeah,
Is that home of Alan Jackson?
Yeah, we're
You think I
coming
knew that,
down
did
to
you?
do the benefit concert for the tornado victims. Going to get to see him. I got to see him while I resided in Nashville a little bit, but yeah, good times, man. Just proud to be a Vol and hated about yesterday's call, man. That was such a soft rule. I saw that Ben posted the rule last night or yesterday, and so soft. I mean,
Soft
you
and
grow up
terrible.
playing ball. I grew up playing baseball, and seeing a rule like that is just it's just tough, man, for guys that are trying to play the right way, play the game right. And I mean, come on, man, that's a stanky call if you ask me. That's out of his league. He needs to go to another league. I'm about tired of this crap, man. It's just every chance we get to win a game, it gets taken away from us somehow, some way.
Yep. And that was a terrible call. I think if you're Tony Vitello, you're gonna acknowledge that with your team, but you're gonna tell your team also, man, don't let that happen again, man. Stack those runs up. Don't let the umps determine the game, man. Don't leave it in question. Leave no doubt. But we have seen this before. We've seen Alabama be on the receiving end of a call that goes their way. It makes me think about some of the worst calls against Tennessee. I think about Jabbar Gaffney, that touchdown catch that was not. I think about Darrell Taylor, that phantom 15-yard penalty down there at Bama a couple of years ago.
Yep.
I can just go back and think about just terrible calls that just change the trajectory of the game. Whether it's in basketball, I think about Jarnell Stokes' charge against Michigan to go to the Elite Eight. Like, I just think about calls like that, man, and one call in one person's hands can alter a player's memory of a game or the game itself. I mean, it's just, you hate that, man, because these guys put so much time, effort, energy, and passion into the game. But yeah, man, I can't sit back and be like, there's no favoritism there. But when you look at the Ole Miss Vanderbilt game, you see the same play being made. It's not called interference at all.
Yeah, no, I saw that last night. We stayed up and watched it, trying to wait for the Braves rain delay to get laid off. And me and my buddy were like, he was like, "Are you serious? That was the same play?" I said, "Yeah, exactly."
Yeah.
I said, "It's I get it. I mean, I know there's a different staff, there and then, but come on, man. I mean, give some guys some relief. I mean, you're playing the game. The guy made a legal slide. Our player made a legal slide, and like I said, it will resonate with them, from time to time. But I like Tony V's attitude. I like what he said yesterday, and
Love it.
And wish he would have just said, "Hey, we're packing up, walking out." It's like we were at Taco Barrel last night, a couple walks out. Got tired of waiting. We're tired of waiting. We want our time to shine, brother. And that's just what's going to have to happen. But, yeah, I know you guys got other things going on, but I just wanted to weigh in on it. And appreciate the coverage down there, Ben. Get us a win today, buddy.
I'll do my best. I appreciate the kind words and you following along.
It's all on Ben. I'll tell you one thing, man.
It's all on Ben.
No one covers Tennessee baseball like Ben McKee.
True.
And I'm going to give my guy the roses. He might not be able to smell them because he's in Alabama hotel. There's no telling what kind of smells around him right now. But
It's more than roses.
I'm gonna give my guy the roses, man. No one covers Tennessee baseball like Ben McKee. And if you ain't following Ben McKee on Twitter, what are you doing with your life? You're not living your life right. You need to go repent. You need to look yourself in the mirror. You gotta have some time to reflect. What are you doing with your life on social media if you're not following Ben McKee when it comes to Tennessee baseball? No one covers baseball better for Tennessee than Ben McKee. This dude hit the road to go to Columbia to cover Tennessee when Tennessee was playing South Carolina. Barely anyone from Tennessee, Knoxville media did that. And now this guy, as soon as the show is over, he jumps on that train wreck of a highway, I-59, risking his life for the Tennessee fans to give them coverage. He's in Alabama right now, period. That's risking your life too, man. Birmingham's on first 48. Ben McKee is risking his life to bring coverage to the Tennessee baseball fans. So, man, I just want to give my guy the roses right now on this program. No one covers Tennessee baseball like Ben McKee.
That's at Ben McKee 14 on Twitter.
Nobody. All right, so let's play Tony Vitello's comments from yesterday.
Tony Vitello post-game following the loss to Alabama.
And I like Wes Rucker because he asked the question here. So Wes asked the question that prompted the response from Tony Vitello and the comments that I
Wes,
think
did you have another question?
sent
Yes, I did.
shockwaves.
Tony, you said several times this is, about the players, and it's sort of your reaction. What happened in the ninth is you say it's about the players. How do you explain something like that to your players? Do you just say, guys, bad luck, it happens, or how do you explain that to them? And also, do you still want clarification from the SEC or on that call, or are you okay with it now?
No, I mean, I'm not okay with it, but I'm not okay with losing either. But you either win or you learn, and we talked about some things we could learn from in the outfield, and I didn't really explain it to them. I mean, they know by now. I mean, there's verbiage and things like that. You show up, better play ball, man. This is not an easy jersey to wear, and we take pride in that, and I'm sure every other team does here too. This is the SEC. This tournament's a big deal. So you show up and you play ball, and then at the end of the day, the scoreboard will tell you who did that better, and regardless of how we got there, their guys had a gutty performance, as did ours, and the scoreboard says we were an inch or however many inches you want to call it short today, and our guys can either go home, and we got some time, not a lot of time before you wake up early in the morning, but they can either be frustrated by it or maybe use it as fuel.
I didn't catch it at first, but after I let it marinate for a little bit, I was like, wait a minute, because Tony kind of went off the path a little bit. He didn't have to say that, but he let it be known that when you wear the Tennessee uniform, you have to play over and beyond in some cases because calls may not go against you. I mean, may not go for you. It may go against you. And for Tony to say that publicly, it was slick too, man.
Oh, yeah.
Tony is so slick. I don't know if you guys, I know, you're a preacher's kid, Brad, but
We could be the worst, though. You never know.
yeah, man, listen, I know you're a preacher's kid. You grew up in church and being, go to church. But where I'm from, I went to a black church. Where I'm from, when the preacher says something like that, the collection plate just automatically shows up. It's like, how did this plate come from the ceiling? Like, it just drops in your lap. Boom, just drops. That was a perfect time to pass the collection plate because Tony Vitello is speaking the gospel. And in this case, the collection plate is TennesseeFund.org. That's the collection plate. But when have you heard a coach go there? Tony went there. Like, we see this with professional coaches, and professional coaches get fined, whatever, and they go on about their business. But Tony went there, and it was very subtle too. It was very subtle. It wasn't obvious. Ben, Brad, your thoughts on Tony's comments? I know Tennessee fans probably love him even more.
I thought he was spot on. And I don't know. I feel indifferent about it. I love the comments, but I like this morning I'm clearly aggravated by the call that was made because, again, I feel like I am interpreting the rule correctly, and it was a horrific call that literally cost Tennessee the game. You do not see that call ever with that type of slide from Max Ferguson. But typically, those who know me, those who have listened, Swain can vouch for this, Brad can vouch for this, but I typically don't come in and complain about the referees, whether it be a Tennessee basketball game or a Tennessee football game, costing Tennessee the game. But the umpire/referee absolutely cost Tennessee the game yesterday. So I 1,000% do not blame Tony Vitello at all for feeling the way that he does and trying to communicate to his team that they need to play even harder, just because you never know whether the breaks are going to go your way or not. So I think that just also shows how good of a coach Tony Vitello is, because although he's madder than you know what at the call that was made on the field, he's using it as a teaching moment.
Yes.
And whether like he truly believes that, you have to go out and play harder because you wear a Tennessee jersey, therefore the calls are going to go against you. I doubt Tony like legitimately feels that way. And I'm not Mr. Conspiracy Theory either. And to me, that is a conspiracy theory type of thought to have. And I get that a lot of fans have that because we as fans get emotional about the teams that we care about. But that to me shows just how great of a coach Tony is, because he's using it as a teaching moment to his guys that you always just have to give that extra effort, just because you don't know whether the breaks are going to go your way. Things may be out of your control, and it may affect your performance. It may affect the outcome of a game. And so you have to give that extra whatever percent to make sure that something like that can't define the result. And although that result did cost Tennessee the game, and as I mentioned earlier, I think the scoring or the final score of the game and some of the statistics with runners on base, I think are a little deceiving in the sense that I don't think Tennessee played bad baseball yesterday. I think Tennessee played good baseball yesterday. I just think it was one of those baseball games in which the sport slapped you in the face with some bad luck that it tends to happen from time to time in the sport. So, but with that being said, if you give an extra 5, 10, 15, whatever percent, maybe you get a hit earlier in the game and you have the lead and you don't have to have that run taken off of the board in the ninth inning off of a bad call. So I think it speaks to just how good of a coach Tony is and that he's using it as a teaching moment. And it's also a way for Tony to have his players back in the post game.
Yeah.
Brad, I want to get your take, and then we'll get the Turkey Man on the phone. Brad, your thoughts on Tony's comments?
I mean, the comment that we're focusing on, talking about how it's not easy, it's fairly difficult at times to wear this jersey. He's just alluding to, wearing a Tennessee jersey, it's not easier to get any calls. You're not going to necessarily have a bullseye on your back, but some days you might because of that jersey. And I don't think he's throwing it all at the refs. He said numerous times earlier in that post-game press conference that we have to control and execute when we had runners in scoring position to prevent us even being in that situation later in the game. But one thing I wanted to touch on, Max Ferguson's slide, when everybody's talking about his left arm, you can see, and Tony speaks about it after the game. Tony, right after they make the call is out and we head to extra innings, he's talking to the umpire trying to get a understanding of what just took place, and you can literally see him word for word. You think he hit him down south. You thought that's what he was doing.
Appreciate you for packaging that way, man, because Ben would have said the real thing.
But when you are sliding into the second base
nuts?
bag and there's a bang-bang play on this turn of the double play, your left arm comes over to protect your face because of the arm slot that some of these middle infielders can use getting a quick turn and throwing the ball to first. It's not always right over the top. Sometimes they're dropping three-quarter, submarining it just to get it out quick, and sometimes that's whizzing right by your ear or right over your head. So you are taught as you're sliding through the bag to cover that part of your face with your arm. And that's what I see Max Ferguson doing. Was there contact with the hand in the hip area? Yes, but he was sliding through the bag, or to the bag, as Ben was alluding to. He wasn't outside of the base path. There was contact made, but if there's contact made following a legal slide, there is no rule here that says, he's out. And it just goes back to Tony being so frustrated. Guys, it's a tough position to be in, especially with some of these rules in baseball. But I thought Tony handled it as good as you could without losing his top.
Didn't old boy have a cup on?
Well, I mean,
Who
he should.
cares?
He's playing middle infield.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he better have a cup on. Who cares he got hit in the gonads? He got a cup on. He'd be all right.
Yes, and here's my thing, to Brad's point. If Max Ferguson doesn't try to protect himself there, he's going to end up looking like John Fulkerson and not playing for the next month. And that's the last thing Tennessee needs is Max Ferguson, one of their best players, with a black eye and a million broken bones in his face. So I've literally never seen that called in that manner in a game. As I said earlier, runners' interference is called often, especially on potential double plays, but it's always when the base runner goes too hard into the bag and potentially wipes out the infielder trying to turn the double play, or when the base runner goes out of the base path and tries to find the fielder and take the fielder out. That's when runner's interference is called, not when the base runner, this case Max Ferguson, is sliding directly towards the bag. And it was a hard slide, but it wasn't over the bag. It wasn't over the line. It's what you are taught to do. It should be on every instructional video on the face of the planet on how to slide into second and break up a double play. It's just an egregious call by Bummy McBumface.
What's his real name?
Scott Klein. And I can't stand Scott Klein. My dad's name is Scott, and he disrespected every single Scott on the face of the planet. So,
sorry,
stupid
Scott.
Bummy McBumface.
Sorry, Scott McKee.
Disrespecting my father's name. How dare you?
All right, let me get to the phone. Let's get Turkey Man. Turkey Man, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
What's up, Turkey Man?
Turkey Man.
Hey, got two or three things to say this morning, but I want to reflect on the what Tony said. I mean, he was spot on. He said it in a way that if you understand the game, you understand coaching, you understand it. But my point is this: somehow or another, the SEC didn't get the memo down to the umpires of past practice. The ones on top, you're supposed to protect them. That's what the SEC's done all these years. We protect Alabama. We did that reshuffling. Remember reshuffling football schedule so it would protect the upper level, not get beat up, not getting late, not getting knocked off. Somebody got mixed up. They seen that Crimson Tide. They said, "Oh, this is where the memo goes. We give the calls this direction." But that being said, and I'm flush that, but I'm ticked, and I'm ticked because there's rules in the game to be made. And it goes back from calling balls and strikes. The strike zone, Ben asked him, have they changed the strike zone from the letters to the knees, from the corners of the plate of the window? And that was so inconsistent throughout the whole game. I got within 2 foot of the TV, watching it and keeping a chart of it basically, and it went Alabama's way the whole game. But the infield fly rule was not in place when our runner got earlier. That stage was set earlier when the call and the confusion at the plate. because the infield fly rule was not in place when the runner come off the bag. And Ben, was he not in the baseline when that call was made? And
He
it looked
was.
to me like that the second baseman had a better play on the ball than the first baseman. If he'd been wanting to pull the double play, should have been covering the bag.
Correct.
And instead of the runner, if I'm looking at it right, he was looking to his third base coach instructions what to do to go or come. His eyes was that way, and that player run into him basically because he's got part of the field too, and he wasn't outside the base path when he got that call on us too. That was
Correct.
Didn't necessarily impact the game, but you are right.
Early.
Hey,
That was that same inning.
Just get the calls right, man. That's all we. That's
Well, I
all.
mean, there's going to be an out either way, and there's going to be a guy at first either way.
And rallies, baseball's rallies. It's momentum. That's the reason that you got your players 1 through 9 numbered as your best players. You lead off.
Turkey Man, I know it, brother. I'm just saying, like, it wouldn't have changed the status of the inning either way, whether that call was made or not. There still would have been another
Turkey
out.
Man is right, though. It did kill some of the momentum because you could start to feel like, oh, boy, here we go again with runners in scoring position.
I mean, that's fair. I'm just saying the situation doesn't change either way.
Well, the one I'm talking about was it took an out. It took an out that we could have had a it affected it because you seen the call.
There wasn't an additional out, though. I just need to know that you're aware of that.
Yeah, but the momentum is what I'm trying to talk about.
Okay, I got you.
This is already set in place. And that's where the game of baseball in particular, that's the reason there's runs scored in this inning, and then you get a law, and then momentum picks up. And that's the reason we use the term the wheels fell off the wagon because it went on ahead.
Turkey Man.
But anyhow, it was not consistent at all. It was like, okay, the memo, we didn't get the memo who was supposed to be protected here as the upper one in your SEC conference, but what we had seen in the past. And the umpire or blue or referee or what you want to call him, bump face, he didn't get the memo.
Turkey Man.
Yeah.
Remember a couple of weeks ago, you called in, I think it was the Arkansas series. You called in and you asked me if I had any information about the umpire, home plate umpire.
Yes.
Remember what I told you?
Yes.
That college baseball umpires are the most inconsistent, awful human beings on the face of the planet, and it doesn't matter which umpire you put at home plate. It doesn't matter which umpire you put at first, second, or third. They are inconsistent, and they are going to drive you crazy.
Yes.
That's come. You see what I mean? You see what I mean now?
You see the inconsistency.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Like, that it's just so maddening because, I mean, yesterday's game was a perfect example of that. And I guarantee you that today, when Tennessee plays Mississippi State, these umpires are going to drive you crazy for different reasons. It's just so annoying.
Or we could just quit whining and create a run differential that we can actually win.
He feeds off the corners. He pitches to the corners. Greg Mannix did that for years.
Well,
and because of the consistency of staying on the corners, he would get the call. We wasn't even getting the call when he was on the corner of the plate.
Tell us how you really feel, Turkey Man.
I love it. I love Turkey Man's passion this morning.
You got Turkey Man over here saying it wrong. Bump face.
I like his passion.
See there?
For sure.
Got my dog
Ace
barking in the background.
I hear Ace.
Well, I wonder why he's barking in the background, but
sounds like somebody needs to take control of their household.
Man, sounds like it. Sounds like it. Can't do everything once, man. We're here doing a show. I give him during the break, though. Hook him up, man. I let Brad see a real dog.
Did he bark at Brad like he barked at me?
You swear I don't have to?
Nah, he hadn't seen Brad yet.
Yeah, I snuck in here.
Yeah, he ain't seen Brad yet. He don't like you for some reason.
Quiet as the night.
He
don't like you, Ben.
That's fine. I don't like him. Did your youngest say anything to Brad this morning?
It's summer, man. They still sleep.
Yeah.
Okay. I told her to give Brad a message, so I hope that she remembers.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, she probably will then.
I don't know. She was looking at me like I was
She
crazy
got
when
you.
I
She
told her
got your
what to
back,
say.
man. She got your back.
She's probably thinking, why would I say that to Mr. Brad?
I wonder what all that commotion was yesterday, and why Ben was over there yelling at my kid. But all Ben was doing was saying, "You got my back. You got my back. You got my back. You got my back. I want you to say this to Brad. You got my back." That's what that was.
I gotta get ready now. What I'm about to hear.
She's about to throw some shade at you, man. She's about to roast you, man.
My goodness.
I'm kind of nervous, man. I don't know what Ben has told my kid to say, man. Ben has not been a really good influence lately. He's been like the Charles Barkley of role models of late. Oh, man.
Charles Barkley is the GOAT. By the way, Scott Klein, the umpire that screwed Tennessee yesterday, apparently played baseball at Maryville College.
He's a Scot.
Erase his name from the record books.
He's a Scot.
This is according to the text box. So
I want his name erased.
You can't put your hand there, laddie.
I want him to be banished from Maryville College like Reggie Bush was banished from USC. Like they about to do Darius Geis to LSU. I want him banished. He can't come back to campus. Not for the 10-year, 25-year, 50-year reunion. Can't come back.
And that was from the better Brad on the text box.
I see what you did there. Swain Event. Be right back.
I'm Vince Moore, wide receiver, VFL 1991, and you're listening to the Swain Event.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. Firms from Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham have stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local law firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. They are our neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at GarzaLaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help. We're here with Dr. Michael Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine to discuss stem cell treatment and PRP. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, Achilles tendonitis, or tennis elbow, you should give them a call.
That's right, Jason. We specialize in regenerative non-surgical orthopedics. So we treat damaged tendons, ligaments, and joints by using ultrasound-guided injections with stem cells or PRP. And this form of treatment actually stimulates the body's own reparative process and allows for healing of the damaged tissue.
So, Doc, what makes your training different than others?
Well, Jason, I've been practicing in Knoxville for 26 years, and I'm certified in interventional regenerative orthopedic medicine through the American Academy of Orthopedic Medicine. So unlike the big seminars that will advertise stem cells, fly someone in for a couple hours to talk about supposed stem cells that you order off of a shelf, then they'll depart, leaving the patient wondering who will be the person injecting me and what their level of training is. At Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, I'm the one doing the procedure, and we're using your own bone marrow stem cells or PRP. So in other words, it comes from you and it goes back to you. So you know exactly what you're getting and know exactly the level of training involved.
Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, trsportsmedicine.com. East Tennessee's leader in PRP and stem cell therapy.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup. Or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. Cheer on your favorite team with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799. Guys, your health right now is more important than ever. I recommend Low T Center. That's where I get my levels checked. It all starts with the annual wellness exam where they do a comprehensive health assessment exclusively for men, making it quick and easy to take care of your health. And now they offer monitored self-inject at-home testosterone treatment. Most insurance is accepted. Go to lowtcenter.com now to book your appointment and make your health a priority. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare. Swain Event, SwainEvent.com, fueled by Dead End Barbecue, top 100 barbecue restaurant in America. If you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, or on Twitter, it's a little weird. That Austin Price graphic right there. Technology is great. All right, Ben, you wouldn't know a thing or two about what's going on down in the SEC, would you? You wouldn't know a thing or two that's going around the conference. You're broadcasting live from SEC baseball tournament in Hoover, Alabama. Ben, anything special around the conference?
Not that I noticed yesterday. Even though I was here at the SEC baseball tournament, I was locked in to other SEC news, and there's not a ton going on. Kentucky did announce that it is planning for full capacity at home football games this fall, but I don't know how much that is news. I feel like every school is planning for full capacity. Former Georgia basketball guard Justin Kier did announce his transfer destination. He is transferring to Arizona. He was a 3-year starter at George Mason before transferring to Georgia this past season. Now he is headed back into the transfer portal, and he is going to transfer to Arizona, which I don't blame him. I'd much rather play at Arizona than than Georgia for Tom Crean as well. I do have an interesting early for what that is SEC related this morning, and it's about an Ole Miss softball player who shoved an umpire during an NCAA tournament regional game. Ole Miss lost to Arizona 12-6 in the matchup, but in the bottom of the 5th inning, there were quite some dramatics as an Ole Miss base runner appeared to shove an umpire, and in the video, you can see the player, Naomi Jones, attempts to run between the umpires and the coaches who were having a discussion about the strike zone. She then makes contact with an umpire and extends her arms. The head coach, Jamie Traskell, did make the decision to bench Jones after the incident. She was not ejected from the game. So I thought that was interesting, but there's not really a ton going on around the SEC. Right now, the biggest thing in the SEC is the SEC baseball tournament, and the buzz around the Hoover Met yesterday, Swaino, was the horrific call by Bummy McBumface. Aside from the call from Scott Klein, a Nashville resident, Mississippi State did get beat down. They got their cheeks clapped yesterday morning.
Easy, Ben.
By
you got to play them
Florida.
today. You got to play them like in 15 minutes.
That is true. They still got their cheeks clapped, and that deserves to be pointed out because I don't know how you get run ruled in an SEC tournament. But Mississippi State did manage to do so. They lost to Florida 13-1. Georgia also got run ruled, or was close to being run ruled, until it hit a 2-run homer late in the game. But Arkansas went on to win 11-2, and then Vanderbilt beat Ole Miss 5-4, and so now you have some elimination games today. The first 2 games today will be elimination games. Mississippi State and Tennessee, 2 teams that won 40 games this season, won 20 conference games this season. One of those teams will be going 0-2 in Hoover. Tennessee, Mississippi State at 10:30 a.m. Eastern on the SEC Network. Then Georgia, Ole Miss will play after them at around 2 o'clock. That game is an elimination game as well. And then for the nightcap, you have Florida and Alabama, and then you have Vanderbilt and Arkansas. And that Vanderbilt, Arkansas, if you enjoy baseball, that is appointment television because I believe Kumar Rocker is pitching tonight, and Kumar Rocker going up against that Arkansas lineup is going to be a very fun matchup. That is expected to start around 9 o'clock. And real quick before we hit this top of the hour, would it not be the most Tennessee thing ever to help Alabama get into the NCAA tournament, which it appears Alabama is going to get into the NCAA tournament after beating Tennessee yesterday.
They said that I think Berkey, and that's what y'all like to do, put a Y in everybody's name. McKee,
yep.
Matthew Z.
Bummy McBummy face.
Yeah. Berkey said that Alabama would probably have to win one more after beating us.
Yeah, I mean it would definitely help. They're guaranteed to play 2 more games, and they're capable of beating Florida. Alabama is not a bad team. They're just not one of the best teams in the league. They struggle with depth throughout its roster, which is kind of why they've been inconsistent this season. But would it not be the most Tennessee thing ever for Tennessee to help Alabama get into the tournament, potentially help Alabama get in over LSU, and because LSU doesn't get into the NCAA tournament, Paul Maneri retires. And Tony, you want me to finish this or no?
No, I want you to shut the hell up.
I mean, this feels like
that's what I want you to do, man.
Tom
Would that not
Hanks
be the most Tennessee thing ever, though?
Castaway knocking out his tooth with a skate.
Speaking of Castaway, Brad, what's up with this beard you got going on, man? You look like Tom Hanks.
You like this? Man, I got a lot of new stuff going on.
Yeah, man, you look good,
got
man.
This beard. Got a kid on the way.
Yeah.
Learning how to play golf with a belly. You know, playing golf with a gut is a transition.
You lost some weight, man.
I've gained some weight.
That sounded very sarcastic.
I was being for real,
He
man.
looked like he was being serious, but I knew it was sarcasm, so I was thrown off for him.
No, I'm being for real. I'm trying to give you a compliment. Man, it's a sincere compliment.
This is coming from the guy who,
Mr. Instigator.
We share our activity with, the watches, all of our exercise. Man, I had a perfect stand goal week, and Swain was like, "Oh yeah, I felt like Hercules. He liked it. He's like, man, good job."
Pause.
I was like,
put it in reverse, Terry.
It must be getting bad if he's liking when I hit my stand goal for a week.
How do you hit a stand goal? And you're proud of this?
No, I'm not.
It automatically sends a alert to your friends. And I was just sending positivity to a friend, man.
A stand goal. You met a stand goal, and you were celebrating this.
No,
I was not celebrating.
No.
It sounds like y'all are.
No, it sends an alert to all your friends.
I know.
No, I sent him a congratulations because you can, from your Apple Watch, you can just, click on the standard,
Like you and I do.
Yeah, like a standard attaboy. So I was doing something. I saw it. I just, I haven't chopped it up with Brad in a long time. I haven't talked to him. So I just want to send him some positive energy. That's all I did.
Stand goal, Hercules.
You used meeting a stand goal to conversate with Brad.
No, I used a stand goal to send him positive energy and congratulate him for getting his skinny butt up.
I just want to know about Brad's hairline. Have you shaved it like mine yet? Or
oh, man.
He got a hat, man.
Swain banned hat, so you're not able to continue with the show until you take your hat off.
Man. He might need to put it back on.
Yeah. Do I need to put it back on? I think so.
Yeah, you got that Count Dracula.
Yeah.
Going on up there with the hairline.
I lost even more hair yesterday because of Bummy McBumface. Yeah. And I had all my friends, quote friends, air quotes, in my stupid blanking text messages. As soon as the game was over, I saw them liking my tweets about Tennessee losing. They were responding to my tweets. And then
I'm going on your timeline right now. I've had enough.
The good Lord was testing me yesterday because in the press box yesterday there were 2 old geezers, 2 old gumps sitting behind me, and they were just cheering the entire time in my ear. And I just wanted to turn around and just say something, but
legitimate gumps.
Oh yeah, they were there. They were
teeth?
gumps. They weren't media members. They were just kind of in charge of helping out with the press box. But all they did was watch the Alabama game and root for Alabama. So that was enjoyable.
You got so many tweets, man. I don't know which one to find these Bama friends in.
Well, they didn't. None of them. Well, one of them did respond to me, but they were liking them, like acknowledging that Alabama beat Tennessee.
Oh, that's subtle. That's subtle shade.
Yes, because they know that I'm going to see that they liked it.
Oh, speaking of shade, Ben, I know how you can't watch a sporting event. You can't watch a game without rooting for somebody. So
Correct.
Who you going for against Arkansas Vanderbilt tonight?
Arkansas. Why would I root for Vanderbilt?
I'm just wondering, man, because you got to root for somebody.
I know you don't
I'm going for the
dislike
umpires.
Vanderbilt.
I'm going for bummy
I'm
face.
called.
Oh,
see,
bummy face.
This is what doesn't make sense. Swain does not dislike Vanderbilt at the intensity that I dislike Vanderbilt, because he doesn't consider them a big enough athletic department. Yet I'm the one who's called Vanderbilt, but I'm the one who hates Vanderbilt. And Swain could care less about Vanderbilt.
You call Vanderbilt because your buddy Kari, played for Vanderbilt, and you show love to him, and he played there. But for me, we did lose to them one year, which is embarrassing. I can't sleep at night because I think about it.
Shame on you.
But
and your hardest hit came in a Vanderbilt game.
Yeah, probably my hardest hit was Georgia and Vanderbilt as a player, and Mississippi State when I was a freshman. But
anymore,
they wasn't a threat to me. So I don't feel the same way about Vanderbilt as you do. Or Jawan Jennings. Jawan Jennings hate Vanderbilt more than he hate anybody.
What about the hit in the Penn State game in which your quarterback left you out to dry?
That didn't hurt.
I don't want to talk about that.
He just knocked the breath out of me. That didn't hurt.
That bowl game.
What about the part where your quarterback hung you out to dry there?
That was a crappy throw.
I hope Arkansas just absolutely beats Kumar Rocker to the point to where Tracy Rocker is ashamed that he is his son.
Tracy Rocker going to try to change jobs again.
I thought you were going to ask me about the Florida-Alabama game.
I do agree, though. We do need Arkansas to beat Vanderbilt.
I don't care. I don't care if they need them.
Than we do Vanderbilt.
Both coaches are
I don't care about that.
Both coaches are meat sticks.
Yeah, both of them want to throw shade at Tony. So both of them, I hope both of them step in a pothole today.
Tim Corbin ain't slick with his little shade. I caught it.
No, Tim Corbin threw more shade than Dave Van Horn.
He sure did. He sure did.
Who remembers winning the East in 2014? They only remember who won the national championship.
Yeah, we remember Vanderbilt tweeting out when y'all won the East.
Yeah, get them. I thought you were going to ask me about the Florida-Alabama game. I got nervous.
All right, who you going for in Florida-Alabama game?
Florida. I hope Florida just absolutely beats the brakes off of Alabama.
You going to be gator chomping?
Yes. Alabama brings out the worst in me. I'll go take a shower afterwards. Bama brings out the worst in me.
You wearing Daisy Duke jorts today?
Daisy Duke jorts. If I need to, I am more than happy to show off these cheeks that I got.
Oh, my goodness.
All right.
My goodness.
Speaking of
how's anyone going to be able to eat breakfast?
Well, we're having baseball for breakfast, so it's okay.
Are you even eating breakfast before you go watch the game?
I'm guzzling 2 Dunkin'. Oh, I probably should not have said that. 2 iced coffees with French vanilla. That's what I'm having for breakfast.
All I heard was booty cheeks and guzzling.
I know.
I didn't say booty. I just said cheeks that I got.
865-255-03 is our telephone number. We'll take a quick timeout. You want to know how to smoked barbecue with the best? The Tennessee Smoking School, the University of Tennessee Institute of Agriculture, will be hosting a smoking school June the 19th. The goal of this school is to help people better understand the techniques of successful smoking of their favorite meats and be able to enjoy the process and share with friends and family. And do you know who is teaching the class for the University of Tennessee, their smoking school? You know who's teaching the class? Huh?
Who's that?
Huh? George Ewer, the owner of Dead End Barbecue.
The best.
And so we'll talk to George here soon about how you can get signed up and what they'll be cooking and techniques they'll be teaching for those folks who are looking to master the summer in the backyard. My neighbor couldn't wait to have a gathering. Things are opening back up, and my neighbor had a party over there. Had a party. It was getting it in. If only they had someone that knew how to barbecue.
That's what I was about to ask.
'Cause I ain't smelling.
Did they ask the master? Or
I ain't
no?
smell no smoke. I ain't smell hickory. I ain't smell oak in the air. That's the only thing missing from the party, man.
Got a new propane tank today. We should run out of gas.
That propane ain't gonna work. Ain't gonna work. Swain Event. Be right back.
At work, can't call in? Don't feel bad. You can talk to the guys in the text box. It's part of the free Swain Event app.
More and more Tennessee businesses are switching to Iris Networks for reliable, local, high-quality, high-speed business fiber internet. Iris provides direct internet access from 10 megs to 10 gigs with no payments for 90 days. Iris also offers next-generation business phones with work-from-anywhere capability from the mobile or laptop app. With local sales, support, and service, Iris is a partner in the community. Learn more at irisnetworkusa.com or call 865-448-IRIS. Iris Networks, a Tennessee business connecting Tennessee businesses. It's a new season, which means it's time to rep your team in new ways with gear from Game Time Sidekicks. Rep the Vols with every sip with a new tie-dye tumbler or bottle. They also have a new NFL Players Association product line, so you can support your favorite VFL on Sundays. Want to put your own flair on a tumbler? Game Time Sidekicks has you covered with options to add your own text or even a monogram on the back of your favorite team tumbler. To check out everything that Game Time Sidekicks has to offer, go to GameTimeSidekicks.com. Carry your team with Game Time Sidekicks.
JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
Good morning, Swain Event family. As you already know, I'm your go-to realtor when you are considering buying, selling, or investing in East Tennessee real estate. But did you know I can help all of you listeners in other parts of the country? No matter where you're listening from, there's a good chance I have several Keller Williams real estate partners in your area. I've developed relationships with realtors I know I can trust to help you with your needs. So give me a call, Jennifer Morris, Keller Williams Realty, 865-257-7897, or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com.
I just wanted to come by and congratulate you on the great work you've been doing.
I like your style. You remind me of a young me.
Failure is not an option.
That boy is good.
Always remind yourself, nobody built like you design yourself.
Attaboy. Attaboy is brought to you by Made in Tennessee Business Fiber Internet from Iris Networks. Find business solutions for you at irisnetworksusa.com.
After only having a few hours of sleep, this person is getting an attaboy. This person is getting an attaboy because I didn't go to bed till like 1:30, and then dog wanted to go out at 2:30. It's been an interesting morning to say the least, but I'm giving my attaboy to. Huh? Ben, you okay? Ben, you all right? Why you interrupting me, Ben? You got something you want to say?
I just can't wait to see where you're going with this. That's all.
Would you like to go first?
Oh, don't
I
let
had a
him
different
go
attaboy
first.
than yours.
Huh?
Don't let him go first.
I mean, but listen, man. Ben's giving his all right now for the Tennessee fans.
Oh yeah, I'm not taking away from
And
that.
for the Swain event.
Yeah, for the Swain event. I mean, so like, this is Ben's day. I'll let Ben go first. You want to go first, Ben?
No, you go first because the person that you are going to give an attaboy to deserves to lead off the segment.
That's true.
Okay. My attaboy goes to Donovan Mitchell. No, I'm just kidding.
Whoa!
He goes to Ja Morant, man. Ja Morant scored 47 points last night. Franchise record for the playoffs.
What time the Bulls play today?
Huh? I don't know.
I'm talking to Brad, not you.
We ain't in this, boy.
Okay, then you shut your mouth and sit in the corner and be quiet.
Hey, I'm happy for you, bro. He went off last night. This dude is
I
the
heard your
truth.
little slick comment.
I couldn't imagine.
I was singing a song like Ja Morant.
47 points, Ja Morant, man, were the most in the NBA playoff history by a player 21 or younger. The previous high was 45 by LeBron James. The only other players that hit the 40-point milestone during a postseason performance are Hall of Famers Magic Johnson and Tracy McGrady and Luka Luka Doncic, the Clippers' daddy.
That is good company.
47 points, man. Morant went in last night, man. It was so fun to watch. He went to the hole one time and tried to poke it on Rudy Gobert, and Gobert blocked it with two hands. And Josh said, "Don't worry, I'm coming back. I'll be talking again." And he came back and he finished around the rim.
And Rudy Gobert got out of the way with the quickness.
Yeah, he didn't want.
He made a business decision because he's soft and terrible.
He did. So, attaboy Ja Morant, man. I like watching Ja Morant play the game.
Dude, this dude's special.
Yeah, he is special.
You know what kind
of
last
night
night
reminded me of? Is it safe to say that you were on your Grizzly, like J. Cole?
Okay, yeah.
Am I on my Grizzly?
Yeah, you know, J. Cole said, Ja Morant, I'm on my Grizzly.
Hey, man, I'm just giving.
Are you on your Grizzly?
I'm just giving Ja Morant an attaboy, man. Don't be trying to get me on the bandwagon. I can't fit your jersey, Ben.
85 season, 85-86, the ankle injury for Jordan. He comes back and just goes ham. Of course, they don't move forward going up against one of the best Celtics teams ever in the playoffs. But, I mean, just the performance he had throughout that series, not just the 60, but the performance he had through that series,
62.
It's similar kind of what Ja's doing. I mean, I know the first game that Jazz didn't have Mitchell, but like that type of feel, not that level of MJ, but just he's stirring the drink for his team.
Yeah.
He's going up against one of the top teams in the league and really keeping it neck and neck because of his talents and the way he's playing.
Man, watching that documentary last summer, when Jordan dropped 62 on the Celtics, you got to think about it. The Celtics and the Lakers dominated the league. And here comes this new phenom that was different.
Yes.
He was different than what the league had ever seen before. And he was basically just unstoppable. The one play I remember, man, the clip that burns in my mind is when he's going between his legs multiple times, and then he pulls up on the baseline and nails the J. But Ja Morant had a similar type of performance where no one could check him. No one can check him. Now, the Jazz are not like the Celtics or anything.
Correct.
They are the number one team in the league as far as record.
Just a similar feel.
Yeah, but like, man, what a you look at the first two games in the playoffs of Ja Morant. I think he's averaged I think he scored like 70 points in his first two games, and there's not a lot of people, actually 73 points, and only 2 points of the most ever in the first two playoff games for a player. So Ja Morant, man, is making history. So, all right, Ben, you can put your pants back on and tell us who you're attaboy.
Oh, my pants are on. Trust me, because they took an L last night. And my favorite thing about Ja Morant was that after the game, all he talked about how it wasn't enough. That is why I love Ja Morant so much. My attaboy goes to the Reese's Senior Bowl, because the Reese's Senior Bowl and the NFL are going to host an HBCU combine. They put out a press release that said yesterday the Senior Bowl, in collaboration with the National Football League, will hold the HBCU Combine in Mobile, Alabama, and select players from 4 HBCU conferences: the CIAA, the MEAC, the SIAC, and the SWAC. And other HBCU institutions will be invited to participate in the event. Held at the University of South Alabama and patterned after the NFL Combine, the HBCU Combine will include the gathering of comprehensive medical information, interviews, and on-field evaluations of football skills and acumen. Last year's event, announced in February, was postponed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. So they're making sure that they get it done this year. I just thought it was really cool, because players in that league are overlooked, just because I feel like
don't get the same exposure.
Yeah,
I got you. This is why guys like me come to Tennessee rather than going to Alabama A&M. Alabama A&M is right down the road from me, but is Alabama A&M playing on CBS or ESPN and playing in bowl games?
This spring.
It's the exposure. So
that's a great thing, man.
That's awesome. Good. I feel like we might as well take it to the next level. I think we need to go ahead and have a halftime performance by like J. Cole or somebody.
What, C-Mac on the line?
No, he's not on the line. I'm just saying we just need to have a halftime performance at HBCU Combine.
Oh, I thought you were talking about a halftime performance here on the show.
No. Just make it an event.
Would J. Cole be your first round there? Be your go-to?
I mean, just him or
Kendrick is the first call.
Yeah, man. I mean, just any one of those guys in that same category.
J. Cole knows all about the HBCUs, being from Fayetteville, North Carolina. Shout out to North Carolina AT&T. Shout out to Jerry Mack, Tennessee's running backs coach.
Yeah, North Carolina A&T is where my brother got his first
Did
degree.
I say AT&T?
You did, but it's all good, man. It's your day. It's your day, man.
I'm tired. Forgive me.
It's hey, you in Alabama, man. I get it. All right, let me get to this text box this morning. Question for you, Ben, from me, not from someone on the text box. When you're gator chomping today, are you going with your left hand on top or your right hand on top?
Bofa, and the middle finger will be out with both hands.
All right, gotcha. Just wanted to make sure, man. Get on the text box here. Brad, you gonna shave anytime soon?
Shave this?
Yeah, man.
If I listen to my wife, yes. She's not a fan.
That means he'll be shaving soon.
She is not a fan.
I kind of like it, man. Got like kind of Paul Bunyan look.
I don't know. I think you look like a bum.
I think.
Ben, you always think I look like a bum. Nothing changed.
I got some trees for you to
that should be telling to you.
Get down, man. We can go to the store and get you an axe. It could be really like Paul Bunyan, man. I need you to get some of these trees down around the yard.
I head to a big box store where I can find that later.
Yeah, you are
I'm bringing that in.
Locking down the Paul Bunyan look. I like it, man. I like it. Thanks. All right. Nate the Great says, I haven't heard from my Bama friends since football season, but as soon as the end of that baseball game hit, they were wearing me out. I'm like, bro, did you even know Bama had a baseball team? So y'all don't put down boundaries. That's y'all's problem. See, I don't want to hear nothing about y'all and y'all's Bama friends texting you because my Bama friends know not to come in here with that. They know. I don't play that.
What happened?
Well, to be fair, it was
out.
the Bama friends that I communicate with on like a daily basis, like my squad on Warzone and in our group text.
His squad on Warzone.
Such a kid.
They did not mention anything about the game. In fact, they were trying to play nice with me. One of them texted me in the group message and said, Ben, your question made it on the SEC network during Tony's presser. Assume it was you. They said Ben. He was trying to sweeten me up.
Mm-hmm.
I said I was the only Ben, so I'd imagine.
Yeah, my friends don't do that, man, because they know what I had to deal with Bama, man, my recruitment. So they know I don't play that, man.
It was we all have our levels of friends. Like you have friends that you talk to on a regular basis, a daily, weekly basis. But then you have friends that you speak to once, twice a month, or you interact with them a bunch on social media. Those were the type of friends that were coming at me yesterday.
Blocked, reported.
But see, then you look like the petty one.
Yep.
And
mute.
That's why you just ignore it.
Mute.
And then you get on the airwaves and you vent about it.
Mute. Orange Arc says, sometimes you hate what you love.
Is that what he said? Because that's not what he said.
Orange Arc says, sometimes you hate what you love, Ben. On the text box.
I think he was saying sometimes you hate that you love Ben.
That's how you read that. Volstorm says, WTF is a stand goal.
Thank you. Over here giving participation trophies out for a freaking stand goal. Like, what are we doing? This is why our
y'all
country.
Swear I know
This Apple it's the Apple Watch that automatically does that.
No, hush.
Yes, it
This
does.
is why our country is so obese, because we give little congratulations for standing up for 30 seconds once an hour.
I knew I was overweight, but I'm not obese
That's
yet.
why they're doing it, because at the 50-minute mark of every hour, Apple reminds you to get your fat ass up.
Yep.
What is standing up for 30 seconds going to do?
It reminds you to get up and move around. So if it notices that you've been sitting down for a long time, like take for instance somebody who works a job where they sit down, at 10:50, they're gonna remind you, hey man, you haven't gotten up. So this is a good time to get up, go to the bathroom, maybe go to the coffee machine and get some steps in.
But in the grand scheme of things, that's
help.
not going to help a ton.
It's going to help more than just sitting there.
That is true. But again, this is like finishing second. It's a participation trophy. Like, congratulations. You stood up. Congratulations.
Just a message, Ben. It ain't like a parade.
Nope. This is a participation. I'm disappointed in
Ben
you.
thinks
I thought you were better than
pop
this.
up on my watch. I got to tell everybody.
I'm not
First,
just speaking
I'm
in
going to tell
general.
Swain so he can announce it on the radio.
Ben's just
I'm
mad
not
that he had to
speaking
sit in front of those gumps yesterday. He's taking that on us. That's all. Camden, Tennessee Vol says, Turkey Man's gobbler is hot. Yeah, Turkey Man was hot this morning, man.
Man, like hotter than I remember. I know it's been a minute, but sheesh. He came in trying to educate me on the game I know best.
He did coach, and you didn't.
Ooh.
I haven't coached yet. Who says I won't?
Ooh.
Me. Well, I don't know. You do like to stand up for 30 seconds once an hour. That's what coaches do, so.
Ooh.
Oh, Ben.
Brad likes sunflower seeds. That's all coaches do.
I love sunflower seeds. Now, the question is, which sunflower seeds does Brad like?
Copenhagen Wintergreen Long Cut.
That's not sunflower seeds.
I like the ranch ones, man.
But which brand?
The
David?
Traditional ones.
All
The
right.
ones that come in that red and yellow bag.
All right, we way too deep baseball talk now. We all be talking about dip.
No, Brad is talking about dip. I'm talking about sunflower seeds. And Swain, you like sunflower seeds too. And you can tell a lot about a person by which sunflower seed brand that they like, because David is the best. And the little Bigs ones, those are soft and terrible.
Ben, your chili is hot. Your chili is really hot. And Nelson, as who peed in Ben's cereal this morning?
Bummy McBumface. That's who did.
Clay says that someone who sits at a desk all day, a stand-up reminder would be pretty awesome.
You should get Apple Watch then.
Yeah, get Apple Watch, man.
There you go.
I'm not saying that it's not cool or good.
Nobody said it was cool.
That's what I heard from you, Ben.
What was Swain's response?
He liked it. He congratulated me. He's like, good job,
He
man.
called you Hercules.
No,
standing
I was
up
saying
for 30
that's
seconds.
the way he was acting. He's like, Hercules, Hercules. Come on, you know that clip.
No, I don't.
There's already pre-programmed accolades that you can send to the person who achieved the goal. It's not like I thought of Hercules, like I'm from Nutty Professor or anything. Yeah. Like it already has like 4 options you can choose. So you can say way to go, or you can say you're killing it, and it pops up and you just click which one you want to send the person. You have an Apple Watch, you don't even know this.
I do know. I get it at the 50-minute mark of every hour.
You never reach your stand goal then.
I'm taking a break, man. Ben,
I don't stand because you know why I don't care about standing up at the 50-minute mark? Because I go to the gym. I exercise for an hour to 2, 4 to 5 times a week. I don't need to stand up at the 50-minute mark.
Ben, go take
12
a cold
times
shower
throughout the day
break.
to get some exercise
You're better
in.
than all of us, Ben.
I am.
You're just a better person than
especially Bummy McBumface.
We're taking a break, man. We come back, and we're going to talk about something that's way more important than whatever Ben's talking about right now. Be right back.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup. Or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. Cheer on your favorite team with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
Is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you. Hello, is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you.
What are you doing?
Calling around to get the best rate on a car loan.
Why? Everyone knows Alcoa 10 is the best choice to purchase a vehicle or refinance your current loan. And with low interest rates and 90 days to your first payment, it's a no-brainer. You can even apply online and sign all the documents from the convenience of your home.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Alcoa 10 Credit Union. It's so easy. Go to atfcu.com for details. Rates are dependent on credit score and equal housing lender.
Guys, your health right now is more important than ever. I recommend Low T Center. That's where I get my levels checked. It all starts with the annual wellness exam where they do a comprehensive health assessment exclusively for men, making it quick and easy to take care of your health. And now they offer monitored self-inject at-home testosterone treatment. Most insurance is accepted. Go to lowtcenter.com now to book your appointment and make your health a priority. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
When I made the move to my own studio, I was worried about this. I was worried about that. I was worried about, hey, did I get this piece of equipment? Did I get that piece of equipment? Does that sound good? Does that not sound good? One thing I didn't have to worry about, that was office furniture, because Office Furniture Outfitters met my furniture needs. With a 50,000 square foot facility, they have East Tennessee's largest selection and are the best value for new and used office furniture. Located in Knoxville, it's easy to find everything you need for your new space, including desks, file cabinets, chairs, conference tables, and more. Office Furniture Outfitters is turnkey. They came to my place, we mapped everything out that was needed, they delivered, and get this, set everything up. To learn more about what Office Furniture Outfitters can do for you, log on to ofonox.com. That's ofonox.com. Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. Firms from Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham have stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local law firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. They are our neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at garzalaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
You don't have to take an L just because you can't listen to the Swain Event live. You can catch up on the podcast posted daily on the app, online, and on iTunes.
Swain Event, SwainEvent.com, fueled by Dead End Barbecue, and it is the summer. Well, it feels like summer. It's almost hitting 90 degrees outside over the last couple days. But it is barbecue time in Tennessee, and the University of Tennessee is offering a cooking school, a smoking school, the Institute of Architecture.
Institute of Agriculture.
Agriculture, not architecture.
Agriculture.
Agriculture will be hosting a smoking school on the 19th. You, Mr. George, you are architect by trade, so architect, agriculture, kind of got it mixed up. But you are hosting the cooking class, and you have won multiple barbecue championships on the circuit. And during this smoking school, George, man, what can people expect? Good morning, sir.
Good morning, and appreciate y'all having me here. And it's always great to see Brad here because Ben never can make it every time we talk about barbecue. I don't know why. Maybe
can't cook.
Maybe I agree with that. So we
being messed up with Hot Pocket.
Kind of started a relationship with the Agricultural Institute at the University of Tennessee, and got to know a lot of the professors over there. And Texas A&M has a program where they do just a beef school, and it's all just on brisket. And they come in and they smoke a Wagyu, a prime, a choice, and select brisket, and they wrap them and they unwrap them, and they do all these different techniques on them, and then they eat them afterwards. And so what we thought at the university was to try to elevate it a little bit. And this is our first year of having a smoking school, and what we're going to start focusing on is the science of meats and how you cook them. So we're just going to be focusing on two products, brisket and ribs. And so the whole class is going to be dedicated to that. And we got the Pork Institute and the Beef Institute of America involved in it. So it's all about the science a lot more than, we'll have a lot of cooking technique in there as well. We'll cook ribs in the class, and, brisket will go through the whole process, and, we'll eat a lot of food like we always do. But it's something that when you start cooking things in your backyard or whatever, if you know the history of that animal or where it came from and how it was fed, and it makes it easier to select the meat when you go to the store. It makes it, and you get a better product. So it's a lot of education. We'll have a couple PhD guys over there, or all of them are really, and they'll be talking about the how cow and hogs are raised, what kind of food separates them and makes them different fat contents in their meat, the process of handling meat and the safety of it. And not only from a standpoint of on a backyard, but how it came from being grazing to processing to your house. So it's going to be very interesting and in depth.
If you go on and Google just barbecue cooking class, and someone were to do that, you can look up different classes around the country, and the prices are what they are, and they're not cheap at all. What is the difference in those type of cooking classes? Because you've seen them all too. What's the difference in those type of cooking classes versus the one that will be going on at the University of Tennessee on the 19th of June?
Well, this is $100. I mean, you go to like a Myron mixing class, and it's $1,000.
Mm.
Wow. And Myron is. I'm going to be politically correct here, I guess. I mean, he's a good guy, but I mean, you learn about Myron a lot, and you learn how to. He teaches some things about hog and some other meats, but that's a lot of money. To spend in it. His class, I think, is usually a 2-day class, and a lot of guys do 4 or 5 hour class or a day class. For a lot of money, and they don't really get into the in-depthness that we are going to be in this class. And when you got guys that are PhDs in beef and food sciences, and you're not going to get that from Myron or Chris Lilly or Mike Davis or Johnny Trigg. I mean, they're very knowledgeable, but these guys are going to teach us what to look for in a scientific way that is going to make it easier on you, believe it or not.
Tougher meat to master, to smoke, ribs, brisket. Which one is tougher?
Well, everybody says they can't cook a brisket, and I think it's pretty easy because I've cooked a lot of them, I guess. Ribs, are one of those things where everybody cooks them in their backyard, so everybody's an expert on it, and it's just it's harder for me to come up with a rib that somebody doesn't say, I can do that in my backyard. A brisket I can do because a lot of people don't know how to cook a brisket, so I guess ribs. Yeah,
it feels like ribs. There's more steps. It's more work. There's more energy put in to adding those layers of flavor and getting the right flavor profile. Brisket is, it's pretty easy. It's less steps, but
for the uneducated, it probably goes back to the science of the meat,
Yep.
how to prepare the meat selection, as George was alluding to.
Yeah,
I'm fascinated by everything he's saying right now.
Yeah,
I'm one that loves to entertain. And, of course, I've got the grill and I've got a little startup smoker. I'm starting to get going. But I'm always to the point where I'm so excited to entertain and provide food for whoever's coming over. But now the pressure is to get it right and to make sure it tastes good. You go through one of these classes, you're not going to have that fear. You're not going to have that problem because you've got the knowledge that so few people do. You know the science behind the meats. I mean, PhD in grilling and smoking. It's just incredible to hear.
Yeah,
got me fired up.
Yeah, I mean, it's like we were sitting around talking about this class, and so I asked them, when you go in and you select a piece of meat and you see like it's in the cryovac and it's got all this, blood in it, and you're like, oh gosh, man, this thing is fresh, right? Well, it's really not. What happened was that animal tensed in the process of being slaughtered, and as it was processed, the blood had now start coming out of it, and what it does is it messes with the pH of the meat, So it's like it's craziness. So I mean, once you know that kind of information, you're able to go to a store, look at what you're going to put on the grill, and now you're already ahead of the game.
Because most people go to the store and they pick their meat based on the price,
Yeah,
right?
right. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, hey, this is a better deal, so let me get this one. But sometimes you overlook. All right, this package is not what you want to put on the grill because it may not taste as good as a different one that may cost a little bit more, and you don't know what to look for.
Right, and that's what we're hopefully going to clarify for people. And again, you're not going to get this any other place, other than A&M if you just want to go into brisket. So we're trying to raise the bar up here and get involved, like maybe the next year or do something with other meats in there. And so we're trying to expand what we're doing and be experts at it. So I think that, we got great sponsors with, UT and us and Bush's Beans and the Beef Institute and the Pork Producers Association. We're going to have some kids from 4-H down there that are, hopefully we'll end up scholarshiping some of these kids at some time. I mean, that's the goal for everything. But, it's, again, I'm going to go over some of the technique. I'm going to go over techniques that I've accomplished over the years through, struggles and everything. And, I mean, it's just like briskets. There's, some people know there's a stall in it that, it's kind of like running a race. You run, and then all of a sudden you're kind of like coasting for a while, and then you're like, oh my gosh, people are passing me. I got to catch up, and then you take off again. And a lot of people when they're cooking a brisket, and that stall happens somewhere about 165, 175 degrees Fahrenheit, somewhere in that realm. They think it's done. They're like, man, I can't get my brisket past this, I can't get my brisket past it. Well, I mean, it might take an hour and it might take an hour and a half, but if you trust it, it's going to take off and go beyond that, and I think a lot of people's, issues on brisket is not cooking it to the right temperatures.
One thing that I learned from a cooking class that you host and you brought in a guest, and brisket was the meat that we talked about. And before this class, like, I wasn't really great with my brisket, but just understanding how to trim it.
Yeah.
Understanding how to trim it, understanding the point and the flat, and how to wrap it, and just understanding the science behind it is the reason why my brisket went from we'll eat it to, hey man, this thing is really, really good. And me being confident, sharing it with guys like Brad and Ben when they come over. I mean, it makes all the difference in the world. So, folks, if you're looking to take it to the next level with your backyard barbecuing, I encourage you to get signed up for this class. It's only $100. There's only limited spots available. 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. June the 19th, and just bring an appetite because there's gonna be some good eating.
Yeah, utbeef.com will get you there. And they'll get you the web main page, and the smoking school will pop up after that. Or you can go to utbeef.tennessee.edu/smoking school. That will take you to it. I think right now we got about 6 slots left, and it is June 19th, which is the day before Father's Day. So it's a great Father's Day gift, and we got a lot of swag that UT's put together, and the beef industry and pork industry have put together, and got some cutting boards and really nice hats and shirts and aprons that we're going to be giving out as well. So we'll have a great time there. It'll be fun for everybody. I guarantee you that. And, I'll answer any question anybody asks me. I don't know if it's going to be the truth or not, but my answers, but I'll answer them.
If Ben asks you a question, you can just lie to him, man. Yeah. Lie to him. Well,
he's never here, so he's like.
He's always on a roll, man.
Don't test me today, George. I'm on edge today. My chili is hot right now.
He's a little fired up because of the baseball game yesterday in Alabama.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, man.
They got robbed that in the 9th inning. That was not good.
Man. I love Vitello's comments, man, after the game, and I know that's going to fire up his troops for today, and they'll respond, man. I got a good feeling they will, and so it's been cool to see Tennessee baseball bringing Vol fans together and those guys going out winning in the way they're doing it, George. I mean, they're sassy now. They got Tennessee is not well liked amongst the league because of kind of the attitude and the bravado that we see from Tennessee baseball. But I love it, man. I love it. It's really easy to get behind the baseball program with Tony Vitello. I know that leadership is doing what they can do and putting things together to make sure that Tennessee baseball is put on the forefront and make sure that Tony Vitello has everything that he needs to be successful moving forward. So I'm excited about the future of Tennessee baseball. So
yeah, I think we need to embrace who he is and what we got over there. And I think one thing that we do here in this fan base is sometimes kill our own, and we ought to embrace that he's here and not worry about if he's leaving or moving on or whatever. I mean, he's our coach, and hopefully he'll be our coach next year and the year after that. And when you start a lot of that, second guessing everything, I think sometimes you stir up the pot, and it's as the whole industry, the whole other schools start sniffing that and using it against you. I mean, this guy's our coach. He's hopefully going to be our coach for a long time, and we need to embrace him and support him.
I got an idea, George. Obviously, Lindsey Nelson needs some work, and there's plans to do that. What we need to do is have the dead end big rig smoker.
Yes.
Out there at the games.
Yes.
Smoking up some brisket, smoking up some ribs. We need to get with Chancellor Plowman and Danny White and make that happen. You want to enhance the fan experience? Pull out the dead end huge rig and have George out there serving up some pork and brisket, man. Let's do that, George. Come on, man.
That's fine. I mean, we'd love to do that. We've been fortunate enough to feed the baseball team a lot of times this year, and Coach Vitale is a great person and a great person to deal with, and we enjoy it, and we embrace doing something like that.
Let's do it. I'll have your people contact Tennessee's people. I'm pretty sure
CC me.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure y'all can make that.
Thanks, Brad.
Make that happen. Make that happen.
Ben, can you help us out, or?
Yes, I absolutely can. And this is why Swain and I are friends more often than not, because that's the thought that I had while you were talking a moment ago, is that we need to find a way to get all those stupid cars out of that stupid parking lot in the stadium and put a dead-end food truck there. That's what we need. We can set you down on the left field line. Tennessee's going to have new renovations. We can even just set you up with a grill, and we'll be good to go.
Just bring the rig out there, man. Bring the rig.
Yes.
Serve out some paper plates and just give people food straight off the smoker, man. That's how you do it right there, man. That's how you do it.
Yeah, we can do that. That's for sure.
Let's do that right there. Come on, Danny White.
Yeah.
Big orange, big ideas. There's one right there.
Well, Chancellor Plowman, she's going to be at the cooking school, so maybe I'll talk her.
Let's do it
about something. Yeah, so
let's do it. George, man, thank you so much for joining us. Cooking class, utbeef.com is how you get there. Go right to their page, and information about the cooking class. June the 19th is right there for you, so you can make a decision. Only a few spots available, only $100. Mr. George Ewart, the owner of Dead End Barbecue, award-winning pitmaster, will be leading the class. So I know you're very, very modest, George, and don't like a lot of compliments, but you are a pitmaster, George. I mean, you are the man.
Yeah.
You are the man when it comes to smoking meat. So come learn from the best. George Ewart there, utbeef.com for more details. We'll take a quick time out and be back after this.
For what is coming up on the Swain Event.
Hey there, Swain Event listeners. I'm excited to share my new Keller Williams Realty app so you can tour homes without leaving yours. Not only can you search for homes in specific areas and neighborhoods, you can also have access to real-time market snapshots on stats like average home price and days on market, plus commute times from your office, school zones, and much more. Download my app today and get the most accurate information on buying, selling, and investing in real estate in your area. Just search for the Keller Williams Realty app and click on More in the lower right-hand corner. Type in Jennifer Morris in the Your Agent search bar, then save and you're set. And as always, feel free to reach out at 865-257-7897 or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com.
Is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you. Hello, is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you.
What are you doing?
Calling around to get the best rate on a car loan.
Why? Everyone knows Alcoa 10 is the best choice to purchase a vehicle or refinance your current loan. And with low interest rates and 90 days to your first payment, it's a no-brainer. You can even apply online and sign all the documents from the convenience of your home.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Alcoa 10 Credit Union. It's so easy. Go to atfcu.com for details. Rates are dependent on credit score and equal housing lender.
More and more Tennessee businesses are switching to Iris Networks for reliable, local, high-quality, high-speed business fiber internet. Iris provides direct internet access from 10 megs to 10 gigs with no payments for 90 days. Iris also offers next-generation business phones with work-from-anywhere capability from the mobile or laptop app. With local sales, support, and service, Iris is a partner in the community. Learn more at irisnetworkusa.com or call 865-448-IRIS. Iris Networks, a Tennessee business connecting Tennessee businesses.
There are articles and news stories that you read about the things that people do. And when you're reading those and you start to shake your head, you start to scratch your head a little bit. You get confused. You don't understand why. You start to ask questions. But really, there's only one question that matters. What is that question, you may ask?
For what?
I wonder who is going to get for what from Ben McKee today. Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Ben, I'll let you go first, man. Do you have it for what today?
Oh, I have several for what's because I am a negative person today. First, I'm giving the fan at the Washington-Philadelphia game last night that decided to throw popcorn on Russell Westbrook. He gets it for what? That fan does. He or she, I guess. And it was a he. Okay, good. Because what I'm about to say applies much more to a male than a female for obvious reasons. But Russell Westbrook should be allowed to confront this fan. Like the fan's punishment. We shouldn't ban him from ever going to a game again. We shouldn't, just abolish him from being an NBA fan in general. His punishment should be to have to get in a cage with Russell Westbrook, and Russell Westbrook gets 30 seconds because I think Russell Westbrook can do enough damage within that 30 seconds. But throwing popcorn on somebody, I'm with LeBron. I finally agree with LeBron for once over the last 12 months. Russell Westbrook should be able to put his hands on him. A grown man throwing popcorn at another grown man is just ridiculous. Go ahead.
What makes it so weak is that you would not do this on the street.
No.
If he could get to you.
Yeah, like if you can't do it on the street, or if you can't say something to someone's face, and this goes to like social media trolls and people that talk real tough on Twitter or on the message boards or on social media on Facebook. They get those Twitter fingers. If you're not telling yourself, okay, I would say the same thing to this person's face, but you still send it, I question you a little bit. And you throw popcorn on a man knowing that he can't get to you, I think that's a weak move for sure. Just as just as a man, it's weak.
Yes.
It's weak.
Absolutely. Very weak.
So what did y'all think of the reaction from Russell, though?
I would have had the same reaction.
Really?
I would have had the same. Yes.
Why not just like look up there and be like, really? Like, come down here then.
I mean, Russell's really intense.
Yeah, I mean, I saw that in the video, but he's like, it was a few things of popcorn, right?
It was not a few things of popcorn. It was an entire bag of popcorn.
But it's
and if somebody
popcorn,
throws Brad, if somebody throws popcorn on you, you're not having the reaction that you just described.
I'm not having the reaction that Russell does.
I understand what Brad's saying. Like,
Yes, you would.
it's not like it's going to hurt you as popcorn, but it's the principle.
Yes, it's the disrespect.
Yeah. Like, I'm probably reacting closer to Russell if it's like a beverage. You know, someone like pours a beer on me or something.
No. Somebody throws something at me. Somebody throws
popcorn.
food.
I'm looking up like, what is this Joker doing? I'm probably thinking it's a kid.
No. It's the principle. It's the disrespect of having something thrown at me. It's not that it's popcorn. It's the fact that somebody felt the need to throw something at me. That is what would set me off the same way that Russell Westbrook was set off. So we can all agree that the fan gets it for what, regardless.
Yeah.
The second for what goes to Bummy McBumface, a.k.a. Scott Klein, the second base umpire in yesterday's game. He simply got the call wrong. I mean, it's as simple as that. I mean, I can't put it any simpler. We discussed it ad nauseum over the first hour, so I'll keep it moving. Although it's even more irritating to see the play in the Vandy Ole Miss game last night, in which I think it was the Vandy base runner. Was Vandy running? I don't know who the base runner was, but the base runner slid into second the exact same way.
Slid through the bag, actually.
That Max Ferguson did. Same play, and runner's interference was not called.
It was even a more aggressive slide.
Yes, absolutely. So Scott Klein
had to hurdle.
Yeah, because he slid through the bag, which you're technically not allowed to do.
Absolutely. But my main for what today goes to Omar Payne. And Brad has some audio that I texted to you all that I would like for him to play. The Field of 68 is a college basketball podcasting network where this network, I believe it was started by Jeff Goodman, or he helped start it. Former players, they've been representing their school. Like Dane Bradshaw has been doing a podcast for this network on Tennessee's behalf. So Dane Bradshaw has had former Tennessee basketball players on to interview those Tennessee basketball players. And Omar Payne, the Florida player that gave John Fulkerson 2 pieces in a biscuit in the SEC tournament and knocked him out cold, similar to how the Alabama infielder was going to do to Max Ferguson's face yesterday if Max Ferguson did not protect himself. But anyways, Omar Payne transferred from Florida to Illinois, and Omar Payne was on the Illinois podcast with Deion Thomas. And Brad, cue that audio because they wanted to talk about a dirty play and playing physical.
You got it, boss. Here it comes.
I come from an era when elbows were okay. I come from an era when if you go back and you look at the old Pistons and how they beat up Michael Jordan, that's the era I grew up playing in. Are you a physical player, or do you like to get in there and bump and grind? And then I put it like this. Do you play Big Ten basketball? Because that's what I call it.
I mean, I got to do what I got to do to get the job done. I'm not a dirty player, but, I mean, basketball is a physical game, so, like, stuff is going to happen. So, I mean, that's how I see it. But, you know, nowadays how the game went, people the game is changing a little bit. So people, if something like that happens or anything like physical happens, people try to take it into a different picture instead of looking at it as basketball, physical game.
I agree with you 100%. I've seen that video multiple times. I didn't think it was dirty, was definitely not trying to say that you were dirty in any way. But I believe that you're right. Basketball is a physical game. And there's going to be contact. There's going to be bumping and grinding. And I wish you could hear me on the radio sometimes with some of these newfangled rules that they call. I don't know if I could play today. You know, when people cross the lane during my day, I'm chucking you. You know, I'm hitting you. I'm bumping you because that's basketball. And, you know,
it's not basketball, you idiot.
Hold on.
Yeah, which way are you taking this?
Because there's a for what in here. And it ain't DeAndre Payne.
Omar Payne? No, both of them.
Omar Payne, my bad.
Both of them get a for what? Deion Thomas, the guy who was asking the question.
Deion Thomas gets a for what?
Yes, but Omar Payne gets a for what for saying that he's not a dirty player.
But I'm okay with him saying that because that was a dirty play. That was a dirty play by him. That doesn't make you a dirty player. Grayson Allen is categorized as a dirty player because he has multiple incidences where he has tripped guys up. Chris Paul can be labeled as a dirty player because he has multiple incidences where he has hit dudes in the groin. Yeah. So you can have a dirty play.
If he was sliding into second yesterday,
player.
It's
just like you
call
can
him out.
You can have a drink doesn't mean you're an alcoholic.
Boom.
So like the for what goes to the interviewer who tried to make it seem like that his play against Tennessee wasn't a dirty play. That was a dirty play. That was a dirty play.
It was a dirty play. It was such a dirty play that somebody is going to classify you as a dirty player. You can talk about Chris Paul hitting somebody in the groin, all of Grayson Allen's inexcusable actions. Omar Payne's one action was worse than all of those guys' actions combined. So you are going to be classified as a dirty player from here on out because you had a dirty player action, and then he's trying to defend himself about, I go in there and I do what I need to do. Omar Payne gets it for what as well.
Yeah, I don't.
It's not as egregious as the other guy, but he gets it for what as well for saying that I go in there and I do what I need to do. That's not basketball. That wasn't going in there and doing what you needed to do.
Is Juwan Jennings a dirty player?
Did he step on that guy's helmet?
Yeah, he had one incident like that in his whole career.
Then yeah, he can be classified as a dirty player by other fan bases, and he is.
Okay. Hour 3 coming up.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. Firms from Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham have stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local law firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. They are our neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at GarzaLaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup. Or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. Cheer on your favorite team with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
Guys, your health right now is more important than ever. I recommend Low T Center. That's where I get my levels checked. It all starts with the annual wellness exam where they do a comprehensive health assessment exclusively for men, making it quick and easy to take care of your health. And now they offer monitored self-inject at-home testosterone treatment. Most insurance is accepted. Go to lowtcenter.com now to book your appointment and make your health a priority. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
It's a new season, which means it's time to rep your team in new ways with gear from Game Time Sidekicks. Rep the Vols with every sip with a new tie-dye tumbler or bottle. They also have a new NFL Players Association product line, so you can support your favorite VFL on Sundays. Want to put your own flair on a tumbler? Game Time Sidekicks has you covered with options to add your own text or even a monogram on the back of your favorite team tumbler. To check out everything that Game Time Sidekicks has to offer, go to GameTimeSidekicks.com. Carry your team with Game Time Sidekicks.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
We got about an hour and a half before Tennessee baseball squares off in their elimination game. Third round of the SEC baseball tournament. Hoover met in Hoover, Alabama. Mississippi State 40-14. Tennessee 42-15.
Ben, do you want to tell the people or do I need to?
About what?
This was my borderline for what? It just hasn't happened yet. I just know it's going to.
What?
All of our Vol fans out there that we love so dearly, just because we lost yesterday and you're in the
They
elimination
didn't lose yesterday.
game.
They didn't lose yesterday.
All right, cancel that sentence then. Just because you're in an elimination game today does not mean it is an easy win. Just because Mississippi State got waxed yesterday 13-1 by Florida does not mean this is going to be an easy win. This is a top 10 team in the country. They have been for the majority of the year. They've got 40-plus wins just like we do. Vanderbilt does. Arkansas does. They are a premier program. This is going to be a battle. So everybody just expecting, elimination game. We're ranked top 5 in the country. We should win this. We should win this. We need to, but should? I mean, this is a coin flip. And you pitched Camden Sewell yesterday, only 28 pitches, 29 pitches. He'll be, able to return if we can win this game. Sean Hunley, I don't think we see him today, Ben. What about you?
Heck no.
Yeah, he went nearly 40 pitches.
Yeah, Sean Hunley's not going to pitch today. Chad Dallas is starting, so obviously you'll see Chad Dallas at the beginning of the game. And then I think you're going to see Tony try to get some guys some innings just in case Tennessee does lose today and it signals the end of the run in Hoover, because you don't want some guys going nearly 2 weeks without pitching. So Kirby Cannell, he's going to pitch today. Mm-hmm. Redmond Walsh, he's going to pitch today. I wouldn't be surprised to see Blade Tidwell come out of the bullpen and try to get him 20 to 30 pitches just to get him some work this week so that he doesn't go 2 weeks without pitching. But to your point, it's going to be a tough matchup. Mississippi State is very good. They were the 3 seed. They won 40 games this season. They won 20 conference games this season. They have the SEC Player of the Year in Tanner Allen. Christian McLeod, who is pitching for them today, is their ace. He's been very good all season. So, and if you take out his appearance against Vanderbilt, he has a under 3 ERA. So he's very good. But this Tennessee baseball team, they're not going to go down without a fight. And although it kind of feels like the odds are against Tennessee, that's typically when they are at their best. When their back is in the corner, that is when this Tennessee baseball team is at their best. And they have their Friday night starter going for them this morning. So I would be surprised if Tennessee doesn't show up and give it its best effort.
What does Tennessee have to do, to beat Mississippi State? We know what's kind of hampered this squad this year with some of the runners left on base and things like that. But just knowing Mississippi State, Ben, and obviously you cover Tennessee in every game this year. What does Tennessee have to do, man, to get the win?
Score more runs.
I knew you was gonna say some smart stuff.
Execute with runners in scoring position. Everybody.
I knew Ben was going to be.
But Ben also knows that there's several guys in our lineup, and probably for the last few series, they've been trying to be focused solely on the long ball, and that's not necessarily, what we need at certain stages of the game. You got ducks on the pond, one or fewer outs. Let's keep them rotating. Put it in play. Make the fielders make a play. Quit swinging for the fences every single time. Middle of the order. Just put the bat on the ball and make the guy make a play.
Yeah, that is concerning. And real quick, I want to answer Big Orange Jay's text box question. He asked if there's a way to listen to the game today from an iPhone.
Yes.
Tennessee Baseball just tweeted out the links to listen to the game, so check out that tweet and you can find out how to listen to the game. But Brad's right. Tennessee just has to execute. And I hate getting on to Tennessee about leaving runners in scoring position yesterday. Yes, they did. And, again, I said this earlier, and I wrote about this on VolQuest as well. Tennessee left 11 runners on base. They were 2 for 12 with runners in scoring position. But if we went back and charted each of those situations, there would be several instances in which we wrote down that Tennessee hit the ball hard just right at somebody. And that's just kind of how baseball goes someday. that you can hit the ball as well as you can hit it. And you're going to hit it right at the third baseman. You're going to hit it right at the center fielder or the right fielder, like Jordan Beck did with a runner on second after Luke Lipsius hit a two-out double. I believe it was in the 8th inning, maybe the 6th inning. A two-out double, Luke's in scoring position, Jordan Beck up, and Jordan Beck just absolutely ropes the ball to the outfield. Hit it as well as you can, and it was right at somebody. I mentioned earlier, Liam Spence goes 1 for 6 yesterday.
He got robbed
4 of his
of that
5
diving
outs.
catch.
Yes, exactly. 4 of his 5 outs were hard hit balls just right at somebody. So it's easy to say, okay, well, Tennessee didn't hit with runners in scoring position. And yes, you are correct. It's just hard for me to like really get onto them because they hit it hard in the game of baseball, slap them in the face, and they just hit into some bad luck. So Brad's right. They just need to execute a little bit better. And I am, to Brad's point about some of the guys in the lineup, I am worried about the middle of the lineup. I'm not as worried about Liam Spence as most are. He is in a slump, statistically speaking, but the last several games he's been hitting the ball well.
There.
Yes, the contact is there. They're just not able to find holes in the infield or holes in the outfield to drop in for base hits. So there was a stretch there. I think it was Arkansas series in which he just was completely lost at the plate. But that game 2, game 3 at South Carolina and yesterday, he's been hitting the ball much better, just right at guys. And those hits will even out. The game of baseball always evens out. But I'm worried about Drew Gilbert and Evan Russell. More so Drew Gilbert. It doesn't feel like Drew Gilbert has had he did go 1 for 5 yesterday, but he's been really struggling the last 2 to 3 weekends, popping up a lot of pitches, and I don't know if it's him trying to hit the long ball.
It is.
You think so?
100%.
I mean, he is then you get into the conversation of do you drop Drew Gilbert in the lineup, and it is something that I would definitely consider, especially when you have guys like Jordan Beck hitting the ball really well. Luke Lipsius' batting average is up to 245. He's been hitting the ball.
Weeks he's been killing it.
Yep, he has been killing the ball the last 3 weeks. I would move Jordan Beck up to the 4-hole, or maybe even Evan Russell up to the 4-hole, and then slide Beck into the 5-hole. I know Evan Russell is only hitting 238, but just the long ball potential of him hitting in that 4-hole is something that is attractive. And then maybe you move Beck up to the 5-hole. Pavalone's been hitting the ball well, 2 for 4 yesterday. His average is up to 264. Maybe you move him up and move Gilbert down in the lineup. But coaches don't like to tinker with the lineup at this point in the season. But it is reaching the point to where maybe Gilbert doesn't have an option, or Tony doesn't have an option with Gilbert. So it's kind of that middle of the lineup that's got me concerned. But Swain, to answer your question, and I'm in agreement with Brad. They just have to execute better. There was bad luck involved yesterday, but it wasn't all bad luck. So if they just play their brand of baseball, they'll be fine.
Well, mentioning the stranded, runners on base, it's not a indictment on effort or lack of focus or something like that. I think a great comparison is when the basketball team, they're getting wide open shots and it's just not falling.
Great comparison. Yep,
yeah,
great comparison.
It's just not falling. I mean, you're focused, you're following through with your shot. You go look at the video, your feet are lined up, you got great technique, great fundamentals, but the shots are just not falling. And, yeah, you can get mad that you didn't make the shot, you can get mad that you didn't win, but, sometimes the ball just doesn't drop, whereas football is totally different. I guess you can look at maybe the wind blowing really hard and a field goal kicker does everything right from a technique standpoint, and the wind just pushes the ball and you miss the field goal. Or if it's so wet outside as a receiver, you're focusing, your hand-eye coordination is on point, but still you just drop it because the ball is slippery. I mean, I guess you can point at those examples, but you mentioned, okay, that's a reason why maybe Tennessee's coming up short, but that's just a part of the game. It happens. No indictment on effort. Let's get to Vol in Birmingham. Good morning.
Morning, guys.
What's up, man? Have you been being Ben's bodyguard down there?
I think Ben needs to hold me back.
I don't know, man. Ben talking reckless, man, about McBummy face. I wonder what's gonna happen when Ben sees him today.
If you need to properly say his name. Bummy McBumface. He is the bummiest of all bums. And I hope a true bum, a hobo, comes up and gives him a bump like the bum that he is.
What's going to happen when you see him today? You going to have the same energy?
I'm going to punch him right in his face. I'm going to knock him out.
Oh, you ain't.
I'm gonna untie his shoes. I'm gonna trip him. Y'all gonna have to come bail me out of jail.
That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna tie his shoes together when he's not looking, and so when he tries to walk, he's gonna trip. That's all you're gonna do.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna walk up to him and I'm going to offer him my glasses because apparently he can't see.
Is he on?
What a roast.
Is he part of the staff for Tennessee Mississippi State?
I don't know. I don't know. I'll try to find out. But it doesn't matter. Last thing, I'm sorry to take away from Vaughn Birmingham.
He's not.
But okay, well, good. But like I told Turkey Man earlier and weeks ago, it doesn't matter who the umpires are going to be. They all suck. And they're the ones today, they're going to be just as bad as the ones yesterday, just as bad as the ones in Arkansas series, South Carolina series, Vanderbilt series. The regional umpires next week, they're going to suck. The super regional umpires, they're going to suck even worse. And the College World Series umpires, they're going to be the suckiest of the suckiest umpires. So just go ahead and embrace it because you're going to get ticked off today.
All right, Vaughn Birmingham, your turn.
Hey, let the chopper spray, Ben. Go ahead.
He is, man.
Look, all I know is nobody, after today's show, nobody better ever call me Bama Ben again. I will just refer to May 27th, 2021's podcast if anybody wants to refer to me as Bama Ben ever again.
He's just spraying on folks.
Man, reload the clip, Ben.
He's spraying on folks.
You say the umpires aren't part of today's game, but you know what game they're going to be a part of? If we beat Mississippi State today, Florida beats Alabama, what game are they going to be a part of?
Tennessee's rematch against Bama tomorrow.
You're exactly right. That'll be the game that they come back.
I always am on Birmingham.
It is unreal. So, of course, I was there yesterday. And
you didn't say hey?
I'm sorry, Ben. I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
Yes.
No, you're not.
I apologize.
You're a fake listener. Turkey Man would never do that. Dave Tono would never do that. Andy would never do that.
Turkey Man would stop the game to make an announcement to find Ben McGee.
Yeah, Turkey Man will walk through the game.
That's on me, Ben. That's on me. I got there. I was running late. I was in a hurry. I apologize.
I was too. I didn't get there till the second inning.
Hey, I thought about you yesterday when you were talking about, man, I hope this game runs long, and then Florida 10-run ruled them in 7 innings, and Tennessee game started early.
Yep.
But you know how bad of a call that was yesterday? There was still fans from the game before, Mississippi State fans in the stands. There were some of the Arkansas fans that already started to trickle in, and everybody across all fan bases, besides Alabama fans, were talking about how bad of a call that was. Yep. And they were calling it Bama privilege. They were literally yelling Bama privilege, non-Tennessee fans. That's how ridiculous of a call that was.
It's a real thing.
It was unreal to see, and I've never seen just the air just be taking out of a stadium just so quickly. I mean, just to go from the highs to the lows.
You ever been
to
Neyland?
Seconds. I mean, I've been to Neyland many of times, but have you ever seen anything like that?
I'll say this, Vaughn Birmingham. Not that I disagree with you, but from my perspective, it got rowdy after that call. Tennessee fans were madder than hell after that call, and every single because after that, then the stupid home plate umpire, Bummy McBumface's Bummy McBumface friend, wanted to tighten up the strike zone, and a pitch that's on the paint is now called a ball, and Tennessee fans were letting the home plate umpire have it. Tennessee fans were madder than all get out.
Oh yeah, it was. I mean, it was. I was sitting around the parents and. I mean, it was really bad over there. I mean, pretty much all the Alabama fans in that area got up and left because it had gotten so bad.
I hate to throw cold water on your bed, but I do want to highlight one thing, one moment where we actually got the whistle against Alabama, and that was the basketball game we played down there. I think that was Nate Oates' first year. When we got a lot of calls in our favor and won that game late. Remember that one?
Nope.
It happened.
No, it didn't.
Don't make me go to Google.
All right.
Swain, did it really
Thanks for the information, Bama Swain.
No, we did get the benefit of the calls. That was like the first time we got benefit of the calls against Alabama.
What does that have to do with the conversation?
Because it's
Swain, our chili's hot right now, okay?
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I just
chill
want to
out,
add that in, man.
Bama Swain.
So hot.
I'm sorry. I just want to add that in. We did get the calls that day. That was the only day. The only day. Only day.
I bet if I go back and watch, I'll find some that Tennessee didn't get.
Oh yeah,
Only day.
multiple
Only day.
ones. But moving past the call, I would like to say that we do leave a lot of runners on base, and I think that we're talking about Gilbert. He's so due, man. He is. It's like he's in like a slump, and he's so due. But when you're looking back at the stats from yesterday and seeing that our beat of our lineup was 1 for 4 or 0 for 3 here, I mean that's what killed us. But then to finish us off, the umpires had to take the game away from us. But besides that, Ben, if we make it to tomorrow, I would definitely reach out because I will come back tomorrow. I'm not going to be there today. But, hey, Swain, what's that
I will not answer.
shirt that you have?
What'd you
What's
say?
the shirt that you have?
The shirt I have on right now?
No, not the shirt that you have on right now, the Alabama shirt.
Buck Family.
Thank you, because I'm not going to say it correctly. So, yeah, y'all have a great day.
You see, I had to stop and make sure I didn't say the real version. I had to catch myself.
Of those 11 runners left on base, 7 of them left by the middle of the lineup, 3 through 5.
Yeah, that's that. As I've detailed several times, that stat is a little misleading.
It is.
Let's go back to the phones and the Irish Networks hotline, 865-255-03. 90 days, no payment for business internet. Let's bring in our guy, Volstorm. Volstorm, good morning.
Ben, did you not drink your Red Bull this morning?
Oh, I did. I've had, well, not Red Bull, but I've had two.
You're drinking Red Balls.
One of the coffee companies now make the little bottled coffees, iced coffees that you can buy at the gas station, and I have 2 of those within like the first hour and a half.
Hey, Volstorm, he drinking the Dave Chappelle version. Red Balls.
Balls.
I think you're going to have to sprinkle some Red Bull in there.
Oh,
don't nobody care if you're tired. You're a Big J journalist.
I'm a homer.
Anybody got some Red Balls?
Hey, Swain, I was hoping you could help me with something.
You mean
There
Bama
was
Swain?
somebody on the show yesterday that said, hey, if Tennessee loses, I could go over to Memphis and watch Ja Morant play.
Mm-hmm.
Who was that?
Yeah.
Swain.
Ben going to be like halfway mad if Tennessee loses this morning. Halfway.
I do have a tea time for 4 o'clock, so as long as it's not an extra innings game, it'll be Gucci.
Woo!
I love how he's going so over the top and being bad about all this after making that statement yesterday.
I'm just a better Tennessee fan than you are.
Ben's gonna be.
You're not.
Ben is.
You're Bammer Ben, and you're back in your home state.
I'm just glad that you could finally recognize that Tennessee baseball had a team. I saw your tweet yesterday calling out me.
Well, truth hurts, don't it?
I'm just glad you could finally
Hey,
recognize that Tennessee has a baseball team, and you want to call me
got on your
Bama
Grizzlies
Ben
shirt
when
today?
Swain. I do, as a matter of fact. You know why? Because I'm a dedicated
He's only
fan.
packed for Memphis. He don't care about Tennessee baseball.
Ooh, you go, baby. Cuss today. Today is not the day. Today is not the day. Today is not the day.
Going to all that trouble, the fake outrage, even looking at the umpire's names. Listen at you. Sad.
Ben, where are your Memphis Grizzlies seats?
I haven't bought tickets yet.
The floor seats?
About to run out of time.
I don't get paid enough to get floor seats. It's like somebody the other day wanted to say, Ben, you got 2 jobs. Why do you think I have 2 jobs?
So he can go to Memphis Grizzlies games.
Hey.
Par for the course
if
with this job,
if Tennessee loses, the Alonzo Mourning gif of him sitting on the bench and shaking his head no and disgust and then shaking his head yes is going to be Ben, because he's going to be upset that Tennessee lost, but he's going to realize, well, I mean, I can't go to the Grizzlies game. I mean, I can't go to the Grizzlies game. I can't go see my family.
I won't be that upset because I'll actually get to go finally lay my granddaddy to rest and spread his ashes for the first time in 2 years. So I will be somewhat happy.
We can't say
you got anything to say now, Volstorm?
No, we don't have anything to say.
That's sad. That's sad you had to pull that card out.
Yeah.
I mean,
we got to shut up now.
That's more of an indictment on you than it is on me.
And see, and you're calling me
sad.
Bama Ben, yet you aren't even mad that Tennessee lost to Bama. So who's really the fake fan here?
No,
crickets.
No, hey.
No. Today, Junior.
Shut your mouth, Junior.
Mike Eckler, I bet your chili's the hottest beans.
Hey, it just doesn't surprise me that the SEC screwed us over when it comes to Alabama.
Nothing new.
Nothing new.
Nothing new. And it's and like you really don't want to buy into conspiracy theories, but like just make it consistent. I mean, you're not really helping us not feed into it when you have the inconsistencies, when you have Ole Miss and Vanderbilt, when you have Alabama, when you see other games that they play in and things are not called against them. I mean, just make it consistent and you won't hear these conspiracy theories.
Guys, before I go, hey, Ben, are you going to stop by Derek Mason's old house on the way to Memphis? See you, bye!
No, I don't go by Auburn or Nashville.
Yeah, Birmingham's not even that close to Auburn. That's like Montgomery. Mm-hmm. It's like Montgomery. But I wouldn't expect Voss Thornton to know the Alabama landscape. So it's all good.
Oh, Jesus. Have you seen this clip of Myles Garrett?
Yeah, I saw it. I think that's why he was getting more talk than Derek Barnett coming out of college. I think we realized that now. Because I don't hear anybody talking about Derek Barnett being better anymore. Remember that, Ben? Remember Tennessee fans were giving folks hell for hyping up Myles Garrett over Derek Barnett, even though Derek Barnett was more productive in college?
Against tougher opponents.
Derek Barnett is still better than Myles Garrett.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
And I can't even throw in he can't stay healthy. Healthy Derek Barnett, well, nope. Myles Garrett's played hurt, and he's still racking up double-digit sacks.
Yeah, the truth is Derek Barnett had a more productive career and was a better player in college. Myles Garrett has a higher ceiling and is a freak, more of a freak, and that's why he was the first overall pick. That's just the true, fair, honest take right there.
Hey, speaking of our favorite division in the NFL, Ben, did you see who's the newest Cincinnati Bengal?
No.
Khalil McKenzie. Will he play offensive line? Will he play defensive line? Year 4 in the league for Khalil.
They'll have a chance to play offensive line. They need him. They'll need him. And I know he has a new motivation, man, because, beautiful, beautiful son.
Oh, yeah.
So
definitely.
Congratulations to –
He's going to get roughed up in that division.
Oh, yeah, he will. It's physical. It is physical. So he'll have an opportunity because the Bengals need linemen. They need to protect Joe Burrow.
Yes, sir.
But at least he'll have receivers to throw to.
A list of them.
All right, let's go back to the text box.
Speaking of receivers.
What you got?
Hey, Ben.
Yo.
Where's Julio going?
Titans.
I hope you're not hinting at him going to the Ravens because it's not like it's going to matter. Everybody wants to hype up, the Ravens got these new receivers. The Ravens got a new receiver coach. Lamar got more weapons. Is Lamar going to be able to actually throw the ball this year?
Well, we can only hope, Ben. We can only hope. Sorry, I was trying to answer a phone call. We can only hope.
No,
but yeah, I saw the headlines. What would the Ravens have to give up? What? No, don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this to Julio. Don't do this to the hope in the fan base.
I would love to see Julio and A.J. Brown play next to each other. That would be awesome. It would be great for the Titans offense. But is Julio also going to play DB? Is Julio going to come off the edge as well?
Yeah, that D-line's whack. It is.
I love to see the recruitment of Julio from the Titans, man. The players. That's what makes this thing so funny and so cool to see, you hear about players being selfish and being all about themselves, me, especially receivers, right, being divas. But there's nothing better for a receiver to have another receiver on the other side who is equal or better than them because they eat too. You can't double team them. So I think it's really cool to see the public recruitment of Julio Jones to the Tennessee Titans. That would be awesome. And and then we'll see more Tennessee fans tweeting like Ben and tweeting out memes of Alabama football players.
Julio definitely didn't know he was live, bro.
I don't know, man.
He didn't.
Najee Harris is a Pittsburgh Steeler.
Yep. And guess what I did, Ben? This is going to make you happy. I unloaded the future of one of my Dynasty Fantasy Leagues to get that first overall rookie pick. And you know who I'm getting?
Trevor Lawrence.
Najee Harris.
Najee. Put some respect on it.
Hey, potato.
Who's on the phone?
We got Turkey Man, and then we got C-Mac.
Turkey Man.
He's double dipping this morning. He's coming in with power.
Turkey Man, you going for seconds before some people get their first plate?
Hey, I was gonna get my question. I got so fired up I didn't even get to ask my question that I was gonna ask. First of all,
being hyped you
a
up.
comment. If you, and this is not proven science, nothing, but that I know of. But if you count the walks, the errors, and the hit batters that your team makes, is usually you can add it, and that's what the score will be. I've seen that more and more several times. The other thing I was going to ask you, Swain.
Oh.
I was going to ask you this question.
Oh.
Could you break down the double play yesterday? Was it a 4-6-3 or 6-4-3 double play? I meant to ask you that. If you could do that for us.
It was an A6 vol, which means vol. A65, which
Turkey
means
Man,
vol.
why are you asking Swain that?
A65 double play. That's what it was.
Do you know what an 865 double play would be?
An all vol double play.
It's a hard grounder to center field, and he's
Possible.
gonna.
Or it could be a fly ball to center field in which the center fielder catches, and then he throws it to the shortstop. I get shortstop and second mixed up. Throws it to the shortstop, who throws it to the third baseman to get somebody who is tagging up.
Totally possible, man.
So we're doing an 8-6-4?
No, that's South Carolina.
No, I said 865.
Oh, you said 865?
Third baseman. Yeah,
865.
third baseman.
I got you.
It's vol. It means vol.
Yeah, I got you.
Did you know that? You should.
No,
You from
I
Knoxville.
mean, when
Swain,
you started
did you
off
know
with
that-
8, I didn't know where you were going.
I don't think Ben knew that 865 meant vol.
Swain, did you know that was a thing?
What?
Like the positions on the field have numbers?
Yeah, I'll be hearing the announcer talk about that.
Did you know what they were?
Nah, man, I don't be
when they
following.
talked
I
about
told you I don't follow baseball like that. So, the general stuff I can follow, but man, I'll be knowing all them code numbers and stuff like that.
Pitcher 1, catcher 2, first, second, third, short, left, center, right.
Gotcha.
He knows now. He's educated.
I'm good.
We're gonna quiz you on it tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
I'll have Google, so I'm good.
No phones allowed in this test. It's not an open booker.
I got my laptop.
Kids these days.
And I type fast, so.
Let's get to C-Mac.
C-Mac, what's up, man? Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Swain. Good morning, everybody.
Brad and Ben.
Thank you. Bradley.
What's going on, man?
Good morning.
And Ben.
No. I apologize, but this is a change, a complete change for the rest of time and universe. This is the McKee I've been waiting on. This is the McKee I have been waiting for.
That's how you rant. From now on, that's how you rant.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Finally, the spiritual awakening of McKee has come to fruition, and we are finally here. McKee, bring this same energy every day. Even
Bama.
on some days you don't want to.
It's
I love it.
Bama.
You know how he's acting?
Bama's brought this out in Ben.
Ben's acting like he's Cuba Gooding Jr. in Pearl Harbor. He just went to the
Sorry,
corner
what?
after a tough first round
I
in that
apologize
boxing
for that.
match.
I don't get that
apologize
reference.
for that.
And
I don't-
he's
I don't
over in the
recognize
corner.
whoever you just
Ben-
said.
Yeah, y'all don't get that reference?
Does Brady
No,
back it
we-
up like Terry?
Yeah, you need to back that one up.
No, y'all need to expand
You
your
need to
movie
give him,
references.
Nope.
This is spot on, Ben.
You
Seth-
need to
Seth's
put
not
on
on
the
the show.
Charlie
Seth would
Burris
understand
glove and backtrack.
Yeah,
Seth will understand
we
that
don't recognize
reference.
Junior. We don't recognize Junior no more. He all about the paint.
Yeah, he embarrassed us all, didn't
He really did. One thing I wanted to touch on real quick. I'm with McKee. Derek Barnett is still a better football player than Myles Garrett. And my argument is, who got a strip sack fumble on Tom Brady in the Super Bowl and got a ring? That would be DB. So, I mean,
y'all need to
So
stop.
C-Mac,
You
I have a
remember
question
another
for
play
you.
that he's done, C-Mac?
Y'all need to stop.
Is there any other
No,
play
look,
that you
I'm
remember
about to
him
get
doing?
C-Mac. C-Mac. So
What?
since Tom Brady has more rings than Peyton, does that mean Tom Brady's better than Peyton?
Huh?
Mm-mm.
What was your answer, C-Mac? I couldn't hear you. Say it louder.
Huh? Huh?
What?
Huh?
Got him.
McKee, I was. You know, we were on the same side of this argument here. You do realize that, right?
But you used the wrong bullet point. It's simple as to why Derek Barnett is better than Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett plays for the Poopy Browns. That's all. That's the only argument you need. And Brad agrees with that. I know that much.
He's not going to play for the Browns forever.
Why y'all so threatened now by the Browns? Y'all work?
I'm not.
Okay.
Anybody who plays for the Browns in any year, when they've sucked over the last 20 years, have been poopy players too.
Did you hear Ben's voice almost crack when he said, "I'm not"? Yeah, you are.
that didn't happen.
Come on, man.
Yeah, we didn't hear those Brown insults a couple years ago. Now they in your same neighborhood. They a little worse.
False. False.
Ben, I was reading a tweet of yours from a few minutes ago, and the game is at 10 p.m. 10:30 p.m. tonight.
No, I corrected myself. It's 10:30
So that
a.m.
means-
Eastern.
That means you don't get a lot. You didn't get a lot of sleep last night. You're ornery. You've been pounding caffeine.
Crazy.
Well, the lineup tweet that I tweet out, I copy and paste it from the day before. And since yesterday's game was at 2 p.m. Eastern, I changed the time. I did not change the AM PM thing because I was
Ain't no
tweeting
way
as I
to-
was on here.
there-
So bad discipline, Twitter discipline by me.
Oh, it's all good. You'll get better. Ain't no way the
Hopefully.
lineup changes given yesterday's result.
No, sir.
No, same lineup. Coaches don't
All
like
right.
to tinker with the lineup this point of the year. And plus, again, they only had 2 runs. They hit the ball well all day long, just right at people.
I got you. I wanted to ask this question yesterday, but I didn't get a chance to. Is there a team in this SEC tournament that needs to make a run to make it to the next postseason tournament? Is this
Alabama.
kind of okay.
Alabama and Kentucky was in that same discussion, but Kentucky lost in the single elimination round, thus ending their season. And more than likely, their coach is going to get fired now because they've had disappointing seasons the last couple of years. So Kentucky was in that conversation. Alabama was in that conversation, and looks like Tennessee helped Alabama get into the tournament. And would it not be the most Tennessee thing ever if Alabama gets into the tournament over LSU and Paul Maneri at LSU retires? And then do I need to keep going?
No, you do not.
Okay, so Alabama and Kentucky, to answer your question, and then there were some teams that are in the tournament, but because of hosting a super regional is a possibility. Some teams are fighting to make sure that they secure a super regional. I think Tennessee did enough to secure a super regional, hosting a super regional during the regular season. A win for Tennessee would, I guess, 100% guarantee that. Mississippi State desperately needs a win today to try and lock up a super regional host. They were kind of on the bubble in that regard. Like the top 8 teams, the top 8 seeds host a super regional, and Mississippi State was like 7, 8, 9, somewhere there. They're right on the cusp, and then they get run-ruled yesterday. So Mississippi State could really use a win today to help host a super regional.
They're going to give us all they got for sure.
No doubt. Last couple of things before I head up out of here. Swain, you can't be on the Harold Reynolds Jr. of baseball, and you can't even break down a simple double play like Turkey Man asked you about. Like, come on now, Swain.
I'm not Harold Reynolds Jr., man. Those are just jokes. I don't follow baseball like that.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Stop lying.
I like following Tennessee baseball because I like this team. I'm just like Knoxville Mike when it comes to Tennessee basketball. Not a big basketball fan, but it was cool when Tennessee was going on the run, was number 1 in the country, so you supported the university. That's me right now. Like, I don't love baseball, but I love Tennessee, and I love me some Tony Vitello.
Touche. Ben's not in the studio, correct?
What you looking at, man?
Don't look like you love it.
What you here scoping me out for?
It was still on the ground when I first came in.
See, man,
I guess we cleaned
since
up before George
I am
came
the most polite person out of the 3. I will answer your question. I will not rudely ignore you while you are on the phone. No, I am not in studio. I am currently in my hotel room.
So how is it possible that I can call and then you can also be on the show?
It's because I'm using remote equipment.
It's called
same thing we do during football season.
Swain's a mad scientist when it comes to technology, man.
So
it's called expensive radio equipment. That's what it's called.
Can we get this same equipment for Stokes? And can we have people call in and ask Stokes some questions on Fridays? Y'all just let that marinate for a little bit. Y'all have an incredible Thursday. Ben, don't hurt nobody out there.
Ain't gonna hurt nobody.
I'll try.
Don't get locked up.
And I appreciate your kind words at the beginning of the call. You approve of my behavior today. Regulator on the text box does not, as usual, and that's okay. But I'm glad that you, C-Mac, being such a good friend, do approve.
Yeah, it is the McKee event because McKee has earned the right to talk baseball because no one works harder at covering the baseball team like Ben. So Ben earns it right. It's called the Swain Event. Man, this is about Ben, who made the trip to Birmingham. He's made the trip to other SEC cities to cover this baseball team. Tennessee baseball is the hottest thing right now on campus. So
one thing you can't question, man, and I mean this sincerely, I hope he understands that. One thing you can never question with Ben is effort.
No,
he throws it all out there for the listeners,
but
the readers.
Ben's fired up, man. Some folks like it, some folks may not, and it's all good.
Hey, Joe and Augusta got my reference. He can hurt us. He cut us. We bleeding. Y'all, 2-minute scene. It's a 2-minute scene. Maybe I shouldn't have dropped or initiated the topic with Cuba Gooden Jr. That's my fault. I can retract that, but it still was perfect for that moment.
Real quick on the Julio thing,
Mm-hmm.
I found it interesting that we were having that conversation, and then literally as we got done talking about Julio 9 minutes ago, Diana Rossini of ESPN tweeted out, as we watch Titans players fiercely recruit Julio Jones on social media, I was told Atlanta has actually had discussions with Tennessee. As of now, they are still talking, but I was told this is a long shot for the Titans to land Jones. So how about that? The Titans and Falcons are actually talking about Julio.
Well, I mean, there's
and trading him to Nashville.
There's connection. Arthur Smith was the OC there at Tennessee.
What's it going to take?
First round pick.
That's it?
First round pick. I mean, Julio's on tail end of his career.
Oh, man, you got to get multiples for Julio.
I don't think it'll be multiple first round.
I just want to know if Julio's also going to play DB and rush
multiple
passer.
Picks.
Multiple picks.
Okay.
Multiple picks, but definitely a first rounder, which if I'm the Titans, I'm doing it. I'm doing that. I'm doing it. No doubt about it. The Chiefs can give up some plays on defense because they put so much pressure on you on offense. The Packers, they've been knocking on the door for a long time because they got Aaron Rodgers, man. And you add some studs. You add another stud to, Dig Henry, A.J. Brown, and Ron Tannehill, who's played as well as any quarterback in the NFL in the last 2 years. No-brainer. Let's go.
Let's back it up, Terry.
Dream.
Nobody go to Nashville. They're good enough already. We're good. Right, Ben?
Ben's friend plays in Nashville.
And he's in charge of getting me tickets for the Steelers game, so I'm not going to say anything.
You see how Ben abandoned you, Brad?
He didn't abandon me. He avoided me.
Right, Ben?
Because he knows it's true. He knows he believes that.
Honestly, I didn't even hear what you said.
Man, we don't want the Titans getting any better.
Brad was like, we don't want the Titans getting Julio, right, Ben? Ben's like, nah, man, I'm trying to get my tickets from my friend Kari. You on your own, Brad.
Look,
he ain't loyal then.
Brad, have you not picked up on the two hints that I've thrown out there about is Julio going to play DB or is he going to rush the passer? Like, yes, the Titans' offense is going to be absolutely amazing and fun to watch, but they've been amazing and fun to watch the last couple of years, and what has that won them?
I know, but
Nothing.
that's going to even test
because of the
your
defense.
Secondary. The best secondary in football. That even tests your secondary.
Yes,
I don't know, man.
but
I just don't want to see it happen.
I mean, I get it, but then Lamar going to be able to run all over the Titans' defense. Big Ben's old self is going to be running around Putin and whatnot and throwing touchdowns down the field to Juju.
And interceptions.
He's looking good.
The Titans are going to be fine. Oh, you want to talk about his 30-something touchdowns to 10 interceptions last year?
Dude, Big Ben is looking good.
He'll be throwing interceptions. That's part of Ben's game.
Some of these Steelers
it wasn't last year
these interviews,
until the playoff game.
Ben's looking good. He's motivated more than ever, they say this year.
They say that about every player every offseason.
I mean, it's sticking out to me this year with Ben.
And I know Swain's saying it to get under my skin, but I'm going to say it anyways just for the people because they need to hear this. Big Ben is not washed. He was not the problem last year. The Steelers' stupid offensive line was the problem last year.
Yeah, staying healthy.
Nelson says, I thought my boy C-Mac was calling in to ask about the smoking class. It's a different smoking class. Terrell says, I love Fired Up Ben. What was Ben's rapper name? I forgot what's Ben's rapper name.
Lil Red Rocket.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Lil Red Rocket. Don't think about it too much.
All right.
We'll take a break. 865-255-03. Hour 3 is powered by Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Be right back.
The Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
If you're coming to Knoxville and need a place to stay, do yourself a favor and book a room at Hampton Inn Paper Mill, also known as the Hampton on the Hill. This award-winning property is literally in the top 5% of all Hampton Inn properties. The GM, Stephen Lawrence, is a good old local boy who grew up in the business around Knoxville. He and his staff are always available, always willing to help, and will go above and beyond for their guests. The newest Hampton Inn in Knoxville has clean, affordable rooms, flat screens, fridges, and microwaves in every room. Plus, breakfast is included in every rate. Not to mention, there's also a pool and fitness center on site. If it wasn't so close to amazing restaurants, bars, and shopping, you would never want to leave. At only 6 miles from campus, you're still right in where the big orange action is. Go to HamptonInn.com, search Knoxville, and book your room at the Hampton Inn Paper Mill or call 865-693-5400.
More and more Tennessee businesses are switching to Iris Networks for reliable, local, high-quality, high-speed business fiber internet. Iris provides direct internet access from 10 megs to 10 gigs with no payments for 90 days. Iris also offers next-generation business phones with work-from-anywhere capability from the mobile or laptop app. With local sales, support, and service, Iris is a partner in the community. Learn more at irisnetworkusa.com or call 865-448-IRIS. Iris Networks, a Tennessee business connecting Tennessee businesses. Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup. Or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. Cheer on your favorite team with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
Guys, your health right now is more important than ever. I recommend Low T Center. That's where I get my levels checked. It all starts with the annual wellness exam where they do a comprehensive health assessment exclusively for men, making it quick and easy to take care of your health. And now they offer monitored self-inject at-home testosterone treatment. Most insurance is accepted. Go to lowtcenter.com now to book your appointment and make your health a priority. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
If you want to get in on the conversation, call the Iris Networks hotline at 865-200-5503. Grow your business with Iris Networks high-speed fiber internet. irisnetworksusa.com.
UTbeef.com. Get signed up for the University of Tennessee Institute of Agriculture, their smoking school. It is June the 19th, same weekend as Father's Day, and you'll be taught by the owner of Dead End Barbecue, award-winning pitmaster. Classes are only $100. There's a few spots available. UTbeef.com is the website. So you really get a chance to get an in-depth dive into the science behind brisket and ribs, and really understanding how to select the meat at the grocery store and how to trim it, and really make sure that you put out a great product in your backyard. So
absolutely. And if you're listening right now, remember when George was on earlier in the show, there were only 6 spots available, what he was thinking. We've already tweeted it out. Jump on it right now if you're thinking this is something that you want to be a part of, because limited spots available.
Is the real Scott going? Did I hear the real Scott? The good
Well,
Scott?
I hope he's not listen. I hope he's not listening right now.
I hope not too. Let me keep it moving. 865-255-03.
About to say the real Scott. Who we talking about? Stewart? R.I.P. man.
Yeah. James GBO says, I think the cap space is an issue for Julio with the Titans. Josh in Phoenix says, if Ben's rapper name is Lil Red Rocket, does that mean he gets the lipstick out whenever the Vols win?
I don't understand that reference. It must be from a movie I haven't seen.
No, it's not a movie, buddy.
It's not. You'll get it sooner or later today.
I think you should explain it to me right now on air.
I don't think I should at all.
Hey, check your text messages momentarily.
I don't think I should explain it. John K says, Brad, I'm digging the Tom Brady shirt.
I'm sorry. What? You're wearing a what shirt?
Tom Brady shirt.
Oh my! I'm done with
It
shit.
is.
Parental advisory.
I'm going to the baseball game. I will see y'all tomorrow.
Yeah, it's Tom Brady when he was like drunk at the Super Bowl parade. That photo of him being held by a teammate. It's a photo of that put on a shirt with the parental advisory tag on it. It's a pretty cool shirt.
That's cool. If it were Tua and not Tom Brady, would you buy the shirt, Swain?
If it was Tua?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Okay. You know, Tom Brady is like Tennessee fans' arch rival.
I think Tom Brady is likable now.
He is. I'm just picking at Brad. It's actually an awesome shirt. In the shirt, it's orange too, right?
Yes, it is.
See, it goes. I just like picking it.
It's like a faded orange.
It's more like you know, you got arrested for DUI, you got to pick up trash on the side of the highway type of orange. Like that.
So like a shirt that the Arkansas baseball player would wear.
Correct. Because he's a thug. Papa says, man, I love this Ben. Joe and Augusta says, Angry Ben is my favorite Ben. LC Vol says, Scott Klein can eat dookie. That's me cleaning it up. Mike in North Georgia wants to schedule Illinois right now. Let's do it. Speaking of scheduling, that's something that Danny White will have to do. When I heard Tony Vitello's comments, I thought, man, what a predicament that he's put Danny White in. Because I wonder what Greg Sankey had to say and if he tried to reprimand Tony Vitello or if he reached out to Danny White to say, hey, man, you better get your coach. I know what he's trying to say.
For what?
Vitello's comments about wearing the jersey.
I got you.
Yeah, I just wonder.
I mean, if that is enough to irk Greg Sankey, I think that's telling of Greg Sankey.
The one thing you can't do as a coach, if you are professional coach or college coach, you can't publicly trash the officials.
But this wasn't like the encompassing note of his entire post-game press conference.
I understand
he
that.
slid it in there real nice,
I understand.
kept moving.
I'm just saying if Greg Sankey caught it, if he's going to say anything to Tony or say anything to Danny White, because it was a slick jab at the league and the officiating. It really was. I love it.
Well,
and the fans love it.
Instead of doing an interview as the game is ending with some stupid reporter asking about Devontae Smith winning a Heisman Trophy, maybe he should get down and try to figure out why the incorrect call cost Tennessee the game.
Hey, man, I mean, that's the type of comment you're going to get from a coach who's steaming mad about his team winning the game and then not winning the game. So, but all coaches know that, man. You can't attack the integrity of the officiating. You can't do that publicly. You can privately. You can send in tapes. You can complain. We've heard football coaches, basketball coaches do that. You send in tape to the league and you show them, hey, man, this ain't right. But to do it publicly is when you get yourself reprimanded in most cases. So I think this was a great moment, opportunity for Danny White to be like, nah, man, I'm backing my coach. Let's go. All right, Greg, you're right, man. It's a bad thing to say. Hey, it's terrible. But then you go to Tony and go, hey, Tony, I love it. Do it again. I got your back. Don't do it again, but I got your back. That's what you do. That's like when parents, when your son get in trouble for fighting, and then mom is getting on, son, don't be fighting. Don't fight.
Turn the other cheek.
Don't fight. Don't do that. And dad's sitting there like, yeah, son, let's see your mom. And then mom walks away, and dad's like, hey, did you give him the 3-piece? Did you give him the uppercut like I taught you? Attaboy, son. He hit you first. He's picking on you. You're just defending yourself. Good job, son. Classic case right there. That's what you do.
Tapping you into your K hard over there.
That's what you do. Put it on the table for him, son. Let him know what's up.
What'd she say when she saw it?
That's what you got to do if you're Danny White.
See, we're little and big at the same time.
When all three of them talking, I can't believe Tony would say such a thing. And then Greg Sankey leaves. Hey, Tony, attaboy. I was thinking the same thing, but I can't say I'm the AD. But I agree with you.
Hey, Ben, what's the key today for the Diamond Balls?
Score more points. Score more runs.
Oh, he might have actually left. He was done with us.
He ain't left. He's over there trying to look up Scott Klein and see where he is today.
What about Scott Klein?
See, I told you. See how quick he answered when I said his name?
Well, I set the headset down because I heard you just babbling, so I thought I could go over and grab some socks to put on before.
Keys for the Vols en route to victory today, Ben.
The same thing that I said earlier when Swain asked me. Got to score more runs than the other team.
Score more runs.
I think we got to get to is it McLeod?
I think it's McLeod,
Okay.
although it looks like it's MacLeod or something like that. I think it's McLeod.
MacLeod. But
yeah,
either
he's good.
way, we need to get to him early.
Yes.
Like when we had 2 base runners the first inning yesterday, we didn't come through with any runs. They're getting to the Mississippi State bullpen early before like the 4th or 5th inning. I think would be key today for the Vols.
Yes.
Plunk everybody.
Don't do that. An adjustment that I would like to see made is I felt like Tennessee was swinging at too many first pitches yesterday, and we're not working the count, and allowed the Alabama starter to get very comfortable. And because of that, he shut Tennessee down and lasted probably longer than he typically would pitch.
Oh, yeah.
So I would like Tennessee to get back to its roots. What makes Tennessee so good is that they force the opposing pitcher to throw a lot of pitches. It's death by 1,000 paper cuts, and they kind of got away from that early in the game. They did a much better job of doing that later in the game when they actually had success scoring some runs. But I'd like to see them make an adjustment there, work the count, and if they do that, they'll be fine today, I think.
Thanks, Ben. Thanks for your time, man. You're doing good. You're doing a great job.
Thanks for allowing me to be in y'all's presence.
Hey,
just trying to be like you all.
You the man. You the man, Ben. And Brad, thank you, man. Thank you for coming in today, man. Really enjoyed it. Had a good time. Thank you to all callers, all the good stuff here on the text box, also Facebook Live, and also on YouTube. So Kevin says the way we lost is the most embarrassing. It's the most embarrassing about it. Unbelievable, man. Bama just has our number in every sport. Oh man, it's just.
I don't know if I'd word it like that. Chips fell their direction yesterday.
All right, man. Hard to disagree with Kevin, man. I was fire mad after that game, but didn't know who'd be mad at. I was just screaming at clouds yesterday. For Ben McKee, Brad Matthews, I'm Jason Swain. We hope you have a great, great Thursday. Friday Eve. Tomorrow, we'll finish up the show here on the Swain Event. Stay with us. No, don't stay with us. Leave us. But come back at 7 a.m. tomorrow. Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Peace and love. We are out.